I can't be bothered.
Here's the story. Johnny the Mad Dragon, who had my mother off by his side. They were four friends, certainly obnoxious, but full of dragon's pride.
It's the story of the great Jesse Godfrey, with Big D Go-Go and Mr. Rob. There were Jesse's crew, so fierce and passionate, and the red V shine true. Till the one day when Johnny met young Jesse, and they knew
It was much more than a hug. That this group would form a fiery podcast. That's how we got the Mad Dragon's Punch. Mad Dragon's Punch. Mad Dragon's Punch. That's the way we became the Mad Dragon's Punch. Come on, Dragons fans! Fire up!
Well, g'day, Dragons fans, and welcome to the Mad Dragons podcast, brought to you by Complete Warehouse Solutions, a family-owned and operated business with more than 100 years combined experience. Jeff and his team are more than pleased to assist in your Sydney warehouse refurbishment or fit-out project. Based on Commerce Drive in Lake Illawarra, get in touch with the team on 4257 1930. G'day, Dragons fans. It's game day on the Cogra in front of our home fans. I know it's only a trial, but I just cannot wait to see my... Now, the Roosters, they've lost Smial, they've lost Warrior Hargreaves, they've lost Kiri, they've lost Manu. They've lost Tupin. He's Chad Townsend. Chad Townsend. Oh. Here is a big wooden spoon in this one, and they should win it by 30. I think the Roosters will also have lost their sombrero. It's all gone wrong. Robbo might not survive. On Dragons fans. Well, there we are. Fire up, Dragons fans. I know it's just a trial game, so let's not get too worked up. And I don't think we should be overly concerned with the end result, but there is plenty to be excited about. We'll get some answers to questions we have been asking since September last year. I'm particularly looking forward to how we structure our attack, as I think it obviously needs to be very different to 2024. I don't expect it to be perfect. There are a lot of new combinations in this team that will take some time to form. We'll have a look at the team that will take the field in just a minute. But first of all, let me introduce our panel for this pretty unusual show. It's that the game hasn't happened yet, so it's kind of hard to do a review show when the game hasn't happened just yet. But the panel that we've got Big T. Big T, it's a late inclusion for Hasman. He did his hemi in the warm-up, and Hasman's out today. We've got Jag. We've also got Scoop and Muzza for his first show of the year. Muzza, let us all know, what did you do to stay fit during the off season, mate?
What I do to stay fit? You say what did I do to stay fit? Yeah, mate. Yeah, no, I kept active. Didn't do any walking that I try and do once every sort of 3 months. Keep that on track, and KFC and McDonald's and all that sort of crap. Yeah, keep them real fit. But nice to see you all again.
You too, brother.
I'm just talking about staying vodcast fit, mate. Fit to do the show. What sort of preparation have you been doing during running up some sand dunes and?
Yeah, watching lots of late night Netflix Vince and Stan and that sort of stuff. Just getting used to looking at the box again. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, long periods. Just sort of binge watching, going over Sons of Anarchy again, those sorts of things. And 2010 grand final, got a decent hit out as well. So yeah.
All right. Well, just under an hour until kickoff. Jesse, so the late mail has come through. I just want to focus on the Dragons team for the moment. Any changes to the Dragons team that was named on Tuesday?
No, there are no changes, so they will line up 1 to 17 as named. Sorry, 1 to 28, I should say, as named on Tuesday. Got to get used to saying that. 1 to 28.
Yeah, it's a different one. I've got my team list here, and it's 28 names on it, mate. So it fills up the page a little bit more than normal, that's for sure. All right. Well,
I think you got a love in there,
Big T from.
Yes, mate.
What's that? Yeah,
I think you got love in there.
Ellie
Habak, he loves you.
He messages me about 25 times a day, mate. He's a massive Dragons fan, loves the club.
Yeah, I've got Tolly.
I get a few from Tolly as well. And, always.
That was the question, Mr. Donny.
So we got a question from on X from Happy Dragon. He said, "Do you expect to see our spine play longer minutes than normal in the two trials, considering the importance of forming combos before our critical opening games?"
I think so. I think it's important for the Dragons to play their new players as long as they can. Really, I think they'll play about 60 minutes, and then the young blokes will come on. We've got to get those combinations going. We've got to get early ball to our outside, our edges, and if we can work our wingers out, we'll be right.
Yeah. So I guess in normal trials, the top side would play maybe 30, 40 minutes. They might play up until half time. You're expecting them to play a little bit longer than that today?
I'm expecting them to come back on in the second half, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then throw all the young kids on for 20 minutes at the end of the game, 25 minutes.
Well, Scoop, I guess
Tigers just scored.
Yeah, I've got that up at 14-10. But they scored a while ago. You might be a little bit behind. Who knows?
I've just noticed the late change, actually, Donny. There is one late change. I didn't quite notice it. I just picked up on it now.
Okay. Do you want to let us know, or you want to keep it to yourself?
Connor Mullison comes onto the bench. Jacob Little out.
Right, that's a big change.
Connor Mullison.
That is.
I didn't even know he was still at the club.
He's still there. Yeah, apparently Dragons don't want to get rid of him.
Maybe Jacob Little hasn't recovered from that injury picked up during the
off-season.
Pre-season.
Yeah, well, obviously he's been struggling with that, but that's a very interesting change for sure. Not one that we were expecting to see. Connor Mullison, all right. We'll have to keep an eye out for him, but he doesn't have a contract, so I guess what sort of contract is he on at the Dragons?
Isn't he a development?
No one knows.
Supplementary
no, not development.
Nope.
I'll have a look, see if I can find anything.
Heard his name mentioned in the off season.
Mate, I don't know what you're talking about. No changes. Jacob Halangahu's number 16 as well. There's Hamish Stewart's in there. Like, there's a heap of changes. What do you mean? No, Cade Reed's in the team. Like, there's a heap of changes from what was named on Tuesday, Jess.
According to Zero, Donny. According to Zero, Zero Tackle, he has not got a contract to the Dragons.
Maybe he's playing. Maybe they just picked him up to fill up a spot.
Oh, here we go. Another one.
Well,
That's 23.
Maybe he's
got a fair few changes for the Dragons bench. we've got a fair few changes to the Dragons bench that was named on Tuesday. Jesse's given us a real bum steer. Connor Mullison is in for Jacob Little in 14. Jacob Hallengar, who was in jersey 16. So it looks like Tom Eisenhuth is out. 17 is Hamish Stewart. So Hame Sele. I'm going through them, mate, because you couldn't do it. Who else? Cade Reed. Cade Reed's in 21, so no Lycan King Togia. And I think that might be it. So they're the actual changes. Liam, what about the Roosters? I know that they had a couple of changes earlier. What have they changed anything since other than was Radley and somebody else was out?
So I'll go through the Roosters lineup for you, Don Man.
No, we don't need the whole lineup. We just want to know what's changed since Tuesday. We went through the team. We went through the Roosters team on Tuesday.
Okay, so they've got Hayden Barton and Taylor Lasalu on the bench. So they've only got 2 on the bench. And then in the reserves,
they don't have 2 on the bench. They've got about 22 on the bench.
And then the rest of the players is Makahisi Makatoa, Max McCuffey, Michael Coleman.
High tackle.
Toby Rodwell, Chuck Elliott, Johnson, Hugo Safala, Reece Foley, Tyrese Tutt, Tom Rodwell, Kyron Ekitoa, and a whole look at Toa. That's the players. 1 to 17 looks, 1 to 13 looks fine.
Yeah, so there's obviously a couple of changes. No, Jesse, who was the other player that was ruled out?
Nat Butcher.
So Victor Radley, Nat Butcher as well. Yeah, that was one I was trying to remember. So those changes happened a little while ago, but the Dragons just recently. So no Little, no Eisenhuth, no Sele, no Lycan King Togia. I suppose Muzzer of those scratchings, mate. I mean, a few players that we're sort of looking forward to seeing. In particular, I think Lycan King Togia. Disappointed that he's not going to get a run in this first trial.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we didn't sort of see a lot of him towards the back end of the year. He had a few runs, but would have liked to have seen him get more involved. So I think today was going to be an opportunity to sort of see him against what is relatively a reserve grade side. So I was sort of excited to see what he sort of bring, but it's a bit disappointing. But it gives the other guys a chance as well, and we never know what else might come up. But I think everybody was looking forward to seeing what he could do, mate. Yeah, unfortunately we don't get that today. Hopefully, Charity Shield might be different.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can only assume the only reason he's been left out is due to an injury, something that he's perhaps picked up during the week, or maybe he's been carrying it through pre-season and they've just decided not to risk it. I guess Big T, I mean, as Muzzer said, it's an opportunity for Cade Reed to come in and show what he's got. We saw a couple of young halves already through the trials this weekend. What would the instructions from the coaching staff be to Cade Reed?
Oh, just go out there and pass. Make sure your passes are spot on. I don't think you do much kicking, but just take your time and make sure your passes are special. They have to be on song today. We can't be clicky. We've got to be a good flow. So hopefully the off season's been good to us.
Especially with us getting rid of Ben Hunt, which really helped us.
Don't talk about him.
Who's that? We don't know who that is.
I think every time you mention his name from now on, if we're not playing the fucking Broncos, I'm going to kick you off.
Yep.
We don't need to talk about him anymore.
Or the player that shall not be named.
Lord Voldemort.
Voldemort.
I'm Harry Potter, so I'm not scared of saying Zach Lomax.
Oh,
No, I reckon you
You
should.
can't
No,
say Jack Bird either.
no, Big
Jack's
B
all
should
right.
be Professor Dumbledore because he's got a beard like Professor Dumbledore.
I have, mate. I have.
I thought you were just indicating that you think he's dumb.
No,
Old. Or
You're
old.
calling him
What are you
old.
saying?
Dumbledore's
What are you saying?
50 years old.
His middle name's Brian.
Percival. Brian Percival.
It is. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, well, Jesse, I guess the other one that a lot of fans might have been looking forward to seeing is Jaime Sella. He's had his trouble with injury and obviously illness. Do you think that he's not playing because of is it a new injury, or is it still to do with the illness that he picked up at the back end of last year?
It could be that, but it could be a case that he wants to give blokes like Hamish Stewart a run in these trials, and Halangahu, and see how they handle the step up to playing against in the NRL. So hopefully they see what they've got and then push their case and see how they handle the step up from the lower grade. So it could be a case of that, and maybe shaping him for next weekend's Charity Shield as well.
Yeah, well, again, it's going to be interesting to see whether some of these players miss out for multiple games. I guess there was some photos during the week that showed Jacob Halangahu scoop. Was that a bit of an indication that Halangahu was always going to be a late inclusion for this game, or do you think something's happened during the week that's seen him come in?
I reckon it was just something that happened during the week that just seen Jacob come in for a late scratching. So we'll just have to wait and see what really happens on the field.
Absolutely. Well, looking forward to seeing some of these players. Let's go to the comments. We've got a few in there. John Ron, who I think is another one of Rob's many burners, wants to know where Rob is. I think the only person that would want to know where Rob is Rob. So that's why I think it's got to be one of his burners. Rob will certainly be back. There's 13 panel members this year, so not every panel member is going to be on every week. We're restricting it to just 5 panel members, so everybody gets their chance to have their say. If we had all 13 on every week, Paul Jesse, who wants to answer every question, would have to wait an hour and a half before he got a chance to answer one. So
It'll just be a calamity.
Yes,
Right.
we'd be here till tomorrow morning if I answered every question.
Well, Mother, Elia back says the whole Dragons team needs solid defence today. Are you expecting an improvement in our defence in 2025 compared to what we produced last year?
Well, yeah, we want to be expecting it, I guess. Like from where we ended up last year, if defence doesn't improve, well, then the attack's not going to come. So we've got to defend well. We've got to defend tight, and we've got to say, are we expecting it? Yeah, absolutely, we're expecting it. I mean, we're looking at that side that we're running out. Apart from a couple of guys that are injured, we're looking at our practically nearly a run-on side there. So I think out of most sides, we're sort of looking at the team that's going to be probably taking us through, barring injuries, and there's a couple of guys coming back. So the forward pack doesn't change a hell of a lot, as much as the back line does, obviously. But with Goulet coming, whatever his name is, Goulet coming in, I think it's going to be it'll be interesting to see how he goes too. So hopefully we can tighten up that defence, and obviously we've got to stop leaking points in crucial games. And we come out, we have some decent games like we did against the Storm and last year and that, and then we come out the following week and we leak 28 points to the Bulldogs or whatever it was. We just got to stop doing that sort of crap, and we got to back up match after match.
Yeah, it's certainly that consistency that I think we're looking for, and that's something that I think we've been lacking certainly last year. I agree. It's just that gap between our best and our worst is quite massive, and we need to get that fixed up. But that's a step. Today's not going to be necessarily about that. It's going to be about setting combinations. It's about a lot of other things. A bit more of an in-depth question. This one, Jesse. How you going? How are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm a bit excited. We've got, as you said this morning, it's game day. first Dragons game of 2025. Looking forward to seeing how the boys go tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Scoop. Scoop in the private chat saying the Bulldogs have just gone in. Yeah, they've scored in the corner. 14 all, kick to come from the sidelines. Been one of the closer trials, Scoop. Through all the trials this weekend, they've all been pretty much blowouts. This one at 14 all with 22 minutes to go. Is it nice to finally have a decent close trial match?
Oh, definitely it is, because the other games that we've had, like the game before Big T, Jag, and Maz came on, Broncos flogged the Titans as like 50 to 12, 50 to 16, and
He's
then
missed it.
the other nights was like 50 to 60.
See, this is why we can't do a live stream with you on, mate. I still haven't seen him kick it.
Yeah, Jess.
So this is why we've got to kick you off. So he's just coming in now. He's struck it, and Jesse spoiled it. He's missed. Thanks, mate.
No, just kicked off. You're way
Just
beyond.
kicked off. Yeah, exactly.
You're on
right.
satellite delay over that side of the country, mate.
How far away are you, Donny?
Me and
You're
Liam
another
are
hundred.
lined up, mate. I got
Yeah,
Liam to pause his stream, so we all lined up. There's the boys in the shed.
Yeah, that was ages ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
about an hour
same
ago.
me.
I mean, can you tell me the full-time score? I want to put a bet on.
Well, the same is
Dragons
there's no golden
currently
point.
win.
All right.
The
Who we
only
up to?
finish for preseason trial is there's no golden point. So whatever happens at the end of 80 minutes, that's the final
We
score.
don't really need a result.
The result doesn't matter, except for the Dragons game in about half an hour. The result definitely matters in that one. We have to win.
That's right. That's exactly
Unless we
right.
lose. If we lose, it's only a trial.
Absolutely.
That works.
That's how it works. You banged on the money. Yeah, who was I up to? Big T. Ian
Yes,
Johnson again talking about the players that have sort of been late withdrawals. He says, is Fleno resting our main men? They can't all be injured. I don't know whether you'd include Harme Sele and Tom Eisenhuth as being our main men. But
No, I think he knows. Yeah. He knows what Little does. He knows what Heisenhoof does, and he knows what Sele does. So I think he's just bringing in these. Well, Little's injured, so he hasn't recovered. I don't know about the other two. Harme Sele might still. He'll have problems with his health. I'm not sure.
Surely, why can't King Togia? There must be something up with him. You would have thought he would have played.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly right. Yeah. Unless he's playing games and saving them up for next week, because it's a bigger game next week than it is this week.
Perhaps. I think a trial's a trial, but I know a lot of Dragons fans would disagree. They think the Charity Shield is definitely a different kettle of fish, but it's just another trial game next week too. I think, as you said, Jacob Little is injured. Lycan King Togia must be injured.
Must be.
Harme Sele, we know, has had trouble with injury, so if he was available, surely he would play. So there's
he'd play, yeah.
Issue with him. Tom Eisenhuth, who knows?
Yeah. They might have got injured this week at training. Who knows?
I'll have a look for injuries. Just give me a sec.
Go for it.
Laurie and Sloan out as well.
Yeah, well, we've already got a few guys out. So Blake Laurie, Christian Tuipulotu,
Tyrell
the
Sloan.
other one? Tyrell Sloan. Ben Murdoch-Masila wasn't available, with recovering still from that foot injury as well. So he wasn't considered. Corey Allen still recovering from his knee reconstruction, was never going to be considered for either of the trial games. So
sorry to jump in, Donny. I've just got it up here. Blake Laurie, get injured his hand to be confirmed.
That was last week. Yep.
Yep.
Kristen
It's Scoop, remember.
He's got he's a bit
let him go through them all, and then we can tell him at the end that we already knew all of those things. Oh, mate.
Kristen Plateau hamstring, Cyril Sloan foot, Liame Fafita foot. Yeah, and the other one that we don't need to worry about is Ben Murdoch Musilla Lisfrenic, rounds 3 and 4.
Viliami Fafita is another one not there.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, a guy that probably needs these trials to be pushing for selection.
I said Viliami Fafita, Jesse.
He did. He did say Viliami Fafita.
Yeah, I did. Are you sure you don't need a hearing aid?
I know you did. I'm sticking up for you.
Oh, what a big hit.
Hang on, I'll wait for the next 12 minutes before I see this big hit that Jesse's talking about.
There he is.
There's Rava.
There's Gutho.
Maybe those two need to put their screens on pause for a bit.
Oh, there's a streak.
About an hour.
Got a haircut.
Those two are like an hour.
Yeah, well, that's why I was trying to get you all on early, like Liam, so you could pause it, so we could line our screen. There's Rubber. There we go. There, I've seen him too, Jess.
Can you see Gutho now?
No, not yet.
See the streak?
What time is yours?
There's Gutho. Yeah, there's Gutho.
Mine's at 16, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40. That's for me, Oni. What about you?
What are you talking about?
What?
When are we going to try this thing?
Time on the game. How long you got left?
We can't do that on air.
I've got 16 minutes, 16 minutes and 16 seconds to go.
Yeah, so you're at 20 seconds, mate. You're at 20 seconds in front.
I'm ahead of all of you.
You want me to refresh then?
No, don't refresh. Just pause it for 20 seconds.
The Butthead Butler is refereeing this game.
Hasman's favourite referee.
Who was the guy that was refereeing the other game? The Broncos game. I'd never seen him.
Liam Kennedy, wasn't it?
Broncos Titans. No, it wasn't Liam Kennedy. It was like
I'll have a look.
Some guy I've never seen.
He loved the Broncos, whoever he was.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Look at the score.
Yeah, I don't think the referee had too much to do with that.
No,
but Mother, Cody Ramsey returning to the field yesterday. That's bloody awesome to see him back. At some stage, he was like, I didn't think he'd ever play rugby league again. So great to see him out there in the New South Wales Cup trial yesterday.
How good was that? Like, I've read a few things online and so many people with the, it doesn't matter what club you play for, just to see a bloke come back from, the stuff that he's gone through. It was just awesome. Like, I didn't see a lot. I didn't see any of the footage, but just the highlights of it. He said himself that, as soon as he saw his mum and his family in the corner of whatever he's walking off, he just sort of lost it. And, the emotions of it, who knows what sort of shit he went through, mate, but just so tough to get through that, to come out and play footy again. I've just got all the admiration in the world for him, for the young bloke, and just so happy for him and his family and for the club that, that stuck by him and he stuck by us. And, I don't know if he'll ever get to play first grade again, but, I'd love to just go and watch him play footy just for that. He's, it was really moving. I've got goosebumps talking about it, I'll be honest. So unreal to see it. Just so happy for him.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Well, he is back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
He played yesterday.
Yeah, but in first grade, he'll be back.
Well,
big call.
If he does,
I don't think this year yet. Maybe next year.
Yeah, I'm thinking next year. From next year, he might play on the wing.
Yeah, look, I think it matters. Doesn't matter at this stage. And I'm sure he's not looking at that at this stage either. I just think that that was a huge step in his development, or not just his development, but his improvement, in his rehabilitation, and just Sorry, Big T.
You can't do that. What game did he play in? Reserve grade.
Yep.
It was a New South Wales Cup trial, yeah.
Okay, yep, sweet, good.
Against the Roosters.
I did see some pics, but
Are we synchronised now?
I don't know.
How the hell would I know?
The goal.
Cassius T is about to move in to kick the conversion. He strikes it now.
No, we're not then.
I'm 5. That'll do.
I'm just at the
Roosters are on screen. Kick off.
Yeah, I've got that. The Roosters running onto the field.
A bit late.
Yeah, guys, I just have one of the comments here from Eli Habak saying wins 30 minutes now getting upgraded in the gong.
Yeah, actually, they've been doing some work in the southern grandstand. They've had these scaffolding things up in there, so I'm not sure what they're up to there.
Apparently new seating.
Well, those seats.
Next comment down.
Well, those seats have been there for a very long time, haven't they? The big team, the southern grandstand in Wollongong.
Oh, they have. What's that? Since
they've been there since the 80s, I'd say.
Early 90s at least.
All right. Well, we've got a question from John Muller that I filled. He says, does anyone know how long he played for and how he went? I don't know how he pulled up. I haven't spoken to him this morning. I don't have him on speed dial, but in terms of how long he played, he came on in the second half. So he started the second half and he went off with about 10 minutes to go. So he played half an hour, played that whole third quarter, and then 10 minutes into the last quarter, he went off the field. He went okay. He certainly didn't do anything sensational. He chimed in the back line a couple of times. He looked somewhat dangerous with a couple of sort of inside plays where it looked like he made sort of half breaks, but didn't break the game open. There was one point where he chased a kick, so sort of Zach Lomax-like, Voldemort-like, and
love it.
He contested the bomb, but he didn't come down with it. He knocked it on like Lomax would have.
Voldemort.
Yeah, but
you better get one of those bleep things.
No, we need to get a shower every time.
As Big T said the other night, we need a bleeper.
We need a bleeper.
I don't think he made a tackle in the game that I can recall.
Got a dropout.
He did a very good goal line dropout where we got the ball back. It was just an absolutely perfect goal line dropout, which is something the Dragons haven't been real good at in the top grade. Well, yes, Big T.
Maybe the NRL can bring in a kicker like the NFL have got, where it's an extra player off the field. He just comes on and kicks the goal and does dropouts. That could be a point.
Well, Peter Blandy's he's trying to get that American audience. That might be something they'll be into. Who knows?
It could be.
Anyone hear the news about Channel 9 today?
No.
Channel 9?
They're not sending the comment. They're only sending 2 commentators to Vegas.
Yeah.
The rest of them are staying in the studio.
I wonder who's the 2 that they're sending.
Who cares? Why? I think it's an absolute rort that they send anyone to Vegas. They don't send people to fucking Penrith, but they're going to send some to Vegas. What an absolute joke!
Why do you need more than 2 anyway?
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. That's a good run.
What did Ian Johnson say? He said during one of his interviews, he said that the specialist said he was stronger than before the illness, so first grade isn't out of the question. So that's
very good
to
news.
hear. Yeah,
and it was a good birthday present for him too. He only had his birthday yesterday or the day before, didn't he?
Something like that.
Did he?
Bit of a
It was on
birthday
the
present.
club website. Yep.
Oh, no try.
You guys got to stop commentating this game. You're spoiling it for me.
Oh, I'm trying to get back
I've
to
already
it. Where
paused
you
it
are.
for you. It's still too fast. For it's the Perth satellite, Big T.
I know. As Liam said in the chat, he's about Donny's about a year behind.
I was only 6 seconds behind Liam. I'm about 3 minutes behind Muzzer.
I think so.
You're about 3 minutes
Bloody-
behind me.
Well, can you see the Canterbury try now, Donny?
Yeah, mate. I saw the try. I just haven't seen the no try when Big T saw him go touching goal. So
He's dropped it.
What,
I saw the try, but he didn't actually score.
what time's on your clock, Donny? What time's on your clock?
8:54, 53, 52.
I'm at 8:45.
10 seconds behind you.
I'm like 10 seconds ahead of you now,
That'll do.
Donny.
That'll do. 8:45.
Hence why I said we couldn't all commentate the game. Right, we'll have to put you guys on mute, and I'll just call it, and you can jump on when we score a try. Otherwise, it's
We'll jump on and start talking about the try, and you'll still be watching it.
Bloody Channel 9. Why can't they
I'll
run the try?
be talking, mate. I'll be commentating through it. So just wait until I stop talking and then come off mute.
Bloody Channel 9. Why can't they show the trials?
We should be on at the same time now.
Well, we'll
It's
see.
been stopped for a minute and a half.
We're on at the same time, though.
What's on your screen now, Donny?
Ragrave Wavik.
Yes.
Yes, I
I'm
can
like
see
10
that.
I'm like 10 seconds ahead of you, Donny.
Turn it off.
All good. Well,
They
let's,
gave that
let's
try.
What are you at
Is the
8:35?
Oscar
Are you?
truck?
it stopped at 8:45.
Yeah. He said he's 10 seconds ahead. He must be 8:35.
I think they've
That's
given the
not
try.
a
Now
try.
they're,
Come on.
now they're checking it again.
It's a trial.
Oh, we're back up to 10 minutes.
Well, the bunker's already the bunker had already reviewed it, and now the referee said, "No, have another look, mate."
Yeah.
We're back to 10 minutes here.
They've gone back to have
Here we are.
a third look.
Back to 10 minutes and 10 seconds.
Fuck now.
7, 6, 5, 4.
10.
I don't know.
I got
Now
10
I don't
minutes
know.
10.
Yeah, he
I've
dropped
got
it.
10 minutes 10 on mine.
Well, it's just
Yeah, and I
gone
think
back to 10-10 now for me as well. So
I think it was out.
Jeebus. I think we're all out.
Yep. 10-10.
So we're all at
They're
on
showing
the same time
there's
now?
Benji.
Yeah, we're all on the same time now.
No, we're not.
We're not.
yeah, well, John Muller said not for the reason of dropped ball, but he was out, which is what I said with the first replay that I looked at.
I would have said that too.
I don't know what the bunker was looking at, but it looked like he was out from the first replay I saw before the ball even got to the ground. Anyway, Jesse,
Out of the bunker.
Jesse, who cares about
Yes.
the Bulldogs Tigers game? The Frank Molo saga rolls on. Flano during the week said that it's a legal minefield and doesn't seem to know what's going on or how it's going to play out. I mean, what's going on? What are the Dragons doing here?
Well, Flano's trying to work it out. He's even spoke to Peter Volandis about making maybe potentially doing harsher penalties for people trying to break their contracts. A contract's a contract. You sign it. You got to honor it. But it's not ideal. He's a bit bemused about this whole situation. But he's already conceded that Frankie Molo's probably played his last game in a Dragons jersey.
Well, good. We don't want him there if he doesn't want to be there.
We need him, Liam.
And it leaves us a
Do we?
middle forward down. Only 2 weeks out from the season.
We got
Well,
the
we
young
were a
guys
middle
coming
forward
through.
down, and then we signed Gula, and then we're fine. And now we're a middle forward down. So we're in the same situation we were in
Yeah.
before we signed Gula. So I don't think it changes much. I don't.
So does
I don't
anybody-
have Frankie in my best 17, even if he's fit and available.
Me
I
either.
just
I
don't
don't
think
anybody-
it's that big of a loss.
Does anybody
I
know
don't
there's
have
another club he wants to go to? Or is it just
Apparently the
mental health?
Dolphins he wants to go to.
I've heard the Dolphins.
Broncos.
I've heard the Dolphins, but
I don't
he
think
wants
the
to go to
Dragons.
Queensland.
I don't think the Dragons should let him actually go unless they get something in return. I don't know who we're
Yeah.
going to get anyone no in return at this
possible.
point of the season.
Mate, then he just won't play. He won't play at all.
No.
He'll sit on the sideline, Gordon Tallis
The
style, and what we're going to pay
Dragons
his
shouldn't pay
contract
him.
every week. What's that?
The Dragons shouldn't pay him if he wants out and he doesn't want to play. The
100%.
Dragons shouldn't pay him.
So then it's not up to us. If we're not paying him, then he doesn't have a contract. Then he can go to whatever club he wants, and the Dragons can't
That's
do
right.
jack shit about it. So
Yeah.
it's up, then it becomes up to the NRL as to whether they want to register a contract if he goes to a different club. So it's not up to the Dragons as to what the Dragons do in this situation. It's all up to what they're legally allowed to do. And I think that's what they're trying to navigate. That's what they're trying to work out.
But if somebody doesn't go to work, you're going to sack them, aren't you?
Yes.
Like if Mother didn't go to
Yeah.
work, you get the sack. If you didn't go to work, Donnie, you get the sack.
Unless
Yeah,
you take
you-
leave
you-
or
Easy
something.
these days, but
Like you can only take so much
Abso-
sick leave.
And that's exactly what they've said. Is he isn't not going to work. He is saying, I am suffering
right.
from mental health issues. So then they're saying, well, he's on sick leave. He's using his sick leave. And then they've got to work out what they can do once his sick leave runs out. Because once that happens, then they get in a position where they actually can sack him. Because you can't sack somebody just for being sick if they've got what's
True.
legally entitled sick leave. Again, you can't just sack them. So there's a process they've got to go through, and they're trying to go through that. They're trying to actually get him to come back to the club. They're getting to the table to have a conversation. But you're right, Big T. If he doesn't show up to work, if he just doesn't turn up, then
Once
a normal
once
person
your sick leave runs out, you got to
You got to go back.
go back. That's right.
there's processes too. I mean, the sick leave can run out and you can still be sick. So, you can't just get sacked.
Oh, true.
So, if it is mental issues, we don't want to get too much into that, but we've all known people who have been in that situations. Some of us have ourselves. I just hope it's not something like that. I really do, because I don't wish that on anybody. But
15 minutes to go.
don't like the guys that push it either, just to the agenda.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And you just you don't know, and we don't know. Nobody really knows. So, and hence why he said it's a legal minefield. So, when he runs out of sick leave, just because he's running out of sick leave doesn't mean you can sack him, because he still may be sick. So, who knows? But at the end of the day, if he doesn't want to be here, I wouldn't want him in my side if he didn't want to be there.
And Rory sort of makes the point: if it runs out, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
So once your paid
Exactly.
sick leave runs out, then you go on leave without pay. And most businesses are going to have, and I'm assuming the NRL is the same as any other business, has processes in place and wording in contracts that says you're entitled to an X period of leave without pay. So that'll be the next period we go into. This could drag on for God knows how long.
6 months.
Yeah, well, again, without knowing the ins and outs of the contract, and as Blano said during the week, legal minefield. It's not something that is as simple as some people are trying to make out. That if he doesn't want to be here, then piss him off. Well, it's not actually that simple. It's not just a matter of he doesn't want to be here. The Dragons don't. As Jesse said, we don't want to be left short. We want to try and get something for it if we're going to get something for it. But
Give him to Cronulla.
Yeah.
You can go to Cronulla.
well, he wants to go to Queensland. He doesn't. It's not that he.
Who
He
cares?
wants
He's
to
got a
go to
contract.
Queensland. Yeah, but so he's got family reasons, or there's some reason why
Well, if that's the case,
he wants to go to Queensland. That's
Well,
my
here's
understanding.
And Flano's trying to do his best to stabilise the players, because he thinks if Frankie walks out now, it'll derail the mindset of the team as well. And
Yeah.
what does it do to our cap?
Because I was going to say, Jesse, if Frankie walks out, his brother might follow, So that will be no 2 forwards
Why?
gone.
Not necessarily.
Well, again, his brother's playing tonight, so his brother's given no
Fine with it.
indication that he's going to follow his brother. None.
Don't care.
Well, yeah, we
I'm
don't
just
know
looking
what
at
his mindset
each of
is.
the
He hasn't
roster
spoken.
spots.
Mikey
So
doesn't
I'm sure he
care.
cares.
Mikey doesn't
Like-
care. He's playing footy.
Like someone
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
someone
gonna
said the
say,
other
guys.
day.
What were you going to
I was
say,
gonna
Liam?
say- I'm just looking at each of the roster spots for each of the Queensland teams. Broncos got a full top 30. Dolphins have one more roster spot open. Gold Coast
Well, this-
Titans have 2. And the
Well, the
Cowboys
Titans and Dolphins already have a lot of front rowers.
have one
Titans don't need a front
roster
row.
open. And the Cowboys have one spot open. So there's not really many options left, but Frankie Muller could go to.
I know it's only speculation, but what would happen to the cap? Like, would we still have paid him from like November to now? Then he doesn't get the rest of it. Like, would it be similar to like Christian Welch because he's just been medically retired by the Melbourne Storm? Would it be something similar to that?
Probably not, Jesse. I reckon we'll still have to pay him.
I mean, not if he walks.
Depends if he breaks the contract.
I've got 2 minutes left to go on my clock.
Saying
Sorry, guys. I just froze.
Oh, you're back again.
I'm back now.
We all just said, Donny,
Back
we've all
again.
got 2 minutes left on our clock.
1:45 now.
I'm 1
I
minute
got
01.
1:30. I got 1:30.
I'm 57 seconds.
Fucking hell.
I've just put it back on and it's 1:10.
Yeah, that's the same as me, Donny, roughly. You're a few seconds ahead of me. Not by much.
Yeah, well, I just froze
I've
and had to refresh.
55 seconds.
So he is on Fox
All
or
right,
KO?
Okay.
KO.
Oh, I'm
Big
on
T's
Fox.
on
I don't have Fox.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
I
have
don't have Fox either.
I'm all watching.
53 seconds now.
I'm watching all my
Big T.
T.
games.
Sorry. Who cares? Let, this is really boring just saying how long it's on your TV. Liam, that's why I wanted to get on early to do it. But roll ball crackdown, you're our referees expert. What are your thoughts on the crackdown on the roll ball through the first full week of trials?
I reckon the crackdown so far that they're doing for playing the ball, yeah, has gotten really better than it has in the past few years. Because when we've been watching it last year, players has just been placing it under the feet and just rolling it with their hand, not with the foot. So with the new crackdown, I reckon it's kind of pushed the game towards better and harsher way of cracking down on teams who don't do it, pretty much.
Yeah. Is it something, Mother, is it something that they're going to be consistent on and still doing in round 27?
No.
No.
He's mother now. is he?
That's my frustration with it. Like it'll last, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe 5 rounds into the season, and then they'll forget about it.
Can I say something on that, Don?
About it.
Can I say something on that?
Yes.
First of all, I've seen it read. I've read it, and that they bring this new rule in. It's not a new rule. It's a fucking rule
No.
that's been there fucking 1908.
Yeah.
You got to play the ball with your foot. Okay.
Exactly.
And I was listening to another podcast the other day. They're talking about the same thing. They're saying they've got to get it back, and look, you got to play it with your foot.
Exactly.
The game's fast enough as it is. There's got to be a place in the game for the bigger bodies and all that sort of stuff. So the faster it gets, it's going to phase those sort of blokes out. But
Yeah.
Going back to the actual play of the ball and playing it with your foot, it's not rocket science. So
No.
at the end of the day, if they're going to come down on it, they've got to be consistent. But it's got to come then. It's got to come back to the player. The player has got to be the one to get up and play the ball with their fucking foot. Like
Exactly.
We've been doing for 100 years. Another comment I had real quickly was, as long as they're making an attempt to play it with their foot.
Yeah.
I thought, well, hang on, that doesn't make sense either because, what about if they're going to score a try and they just knock it on a little bit? As long as they're making a fair attempt to score a try, we should be giving them a try.
That's right.
So it's got to be one rule or the other.
How hard is it
to play
to
with
play
your
the ball?
foot, yeah.
How hard is it, Muzza? How hard is it to put your foot on the ball and play the ball?
I watched my young fella started playing footy last year in under 8s. They do it in every tackle.
Every tackle. That's right. You play the ball with your foot
because that's how
use your foot.
Trying to do it.
Like you said, it's not rocket science.
It is really easy to do, but if you haven't had to do it for the last 15 years, then
True.
It might be it's a new habit that you've got to develop. Some players are worse.
It's not hard to pick it up.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a minute, Donny. I don't believe that for a second because they're teaching it in under 8s, they're teaching it in under 10s, they're still teaching it in under 12s, under 14, 16. Every player there has gone through those systems, gone through those age groups. They know they do it. The coaches are manipulating it and manipulating ways of making the game quicker, to play the ball quicker, to get the roll on and all that sort of stuff. So it comes back to the coaching.
You're right, but I'll use Adam Fanua-Blake as an example. I mean, the guy's probably been in the league for 10 years and he hasn't played the ball with his foot once in his entire career, and now all of a sudden he's got to.
Well, that's on him. That's on him.
But I'm just saying, like it's once you get into the habit of not using your foot, it is then muscle memory, and it's not that easy to remember to do it next time, particularly when you're a big dumb front rower.
I was a front rower.
Remember to take the fucking top off your beer before you have a drink. Like it's habit.
It's not rocket science, is it, Muzza? It's not rocket science.
No.
Although I've forgotten a couple of times, I'll be honest.
I've got a problem with missing my mouth. Oh, fucking hell, gross.
Well, what about when you're looking for your glasses and they're on top of your head?
Speaking of,
all right, 5-minute warning.
Here's Cookie.
Big T, names on the back of jumpers. That's the latest thing that everyone's talking about. What are your thoughts?
I love it. I do love it. It helps people who don't watch rugby league every game know who the players are. Like if I bring a friend of mine in from the UK saying she doesn't watch any footy, she sits down with him and watch footy. She goes, "Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?" If the names are on there, she knows who they are. So I reckon it's a great idea.
It was brought up by the dog CEO, actually.
I don't care who brought it up. I think it's a good idea.
That makes it a shit idea. Terrible idea. Screw the Bulldogs.
Yeah, nobody likes the Bulldogs.
No.
Gus doesn't like the idea.
Well,
anyhow, names.
I agree with Big T. I think it's a great idea, and I think it's a marketing opportunity, if nothing else.
It is.
It is.
We've all got our favourite players. I mean, you can guarantee that Hasman would have a Jackson Ford jersey, even though he plays for a different club.
Donny,
Big T.
Does that bring in personal numbers for players? Because if you've got a 6, say we've got Kyle Flanagan in 6, and the next week he gets dropped and Lachlan King Tongia comes in, is there number 6 Lachlan King Tongia shirts? Is there number 6 Flanagan shirts?
Well, you're not going to sell every player. You're only going to sell
exactly right
star players.
But are those players going to have personalised numbers? Like Super League tried to do.
Super League, you've got squad numbers.
Super League still do it.
They got squad numbers.
Australian Super League. Australian Super League did it. They had players like 44 and 45 playing because that was their number.
The squad,
Yeah,
so
I actually don't mind that idea, but the traditionalists don't like that idea that the number relates to what position you play on the field. If you're the best half, if you're Nathan Cleary,
Exactly
you're always going
right.
to have the 7. So
Exactly right.
Doesn't-
Exactly.
doesn't
That's my point. But are they going to just change the jerseys every week for the players? Like, because they don't. Do they make jerseys every week for the games?
well, I
Wouldn't they
guess
just
they get
wash 'em
special
and-
jerseys for. I think they probably do. I think these clubs probably do have a new jersey every week. They definitely make,
especially when you've
special
got
ones for special occasions.
when you've got Jack Bird's 150 and go the Dargans, things like that. Like they be special jerseys that they be made for them. But every other week, like if we play Cowboys Brisbane Bronco, or Cowboys Brisbane Melbourne, do we wear the same jerseys or are they new jerseys?
Well, it's a different jersey every bloody week.
I don't know. I think it's a different jersey every week, but I don't know.
All right.
I know when I was playing, I didn't reach a high enough level to get a new jersey every week, Big T, but I had to wash mine. But we didn't have a home and away jersey. We didn't have an Anzac Day jersey. We didn't have a Women in League jersey, an Indigenous jersey. So we didn't have a different jersey every week. We had one jersey.
And every now and then you have to turn the jersey inside out.
So say if they drop a player or a player gets injured, it could be a different person wearing jersey 10 the following week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what Big T's saying. He's saying, should we bring in squad numbers?
I reckon we should, like the
reason.
Super League does.
But
I don't.
Thanks, Scoop. Welcome to the conversation. We've been having. That's exactly what we've been talking about the last 10 minutes.
You got a friend there, Big T.
Yeah, I got me mate. That's Marty. Marty just walked in, and his son Cameron just walked in behind him. So we're watching the footy together.
Tyrell Sloan walking around with a bit of a limp.
Rory said, "Jersey, we didn't have boots, let alone different jerseys every week."
Are they playing Darwin too?
I was going to say I've definitely had a few teammates that had to borrow boots. So,
absolutely. Yeah.
Just turn up on game day without footy boots.
I turned up without shorts.
The games we've had 2 sets of jerseys. The other side didn't have any, so they borrow a set and have them inside out.
Inside out, yeah.
So yeah,
close enough to Darwin. Moree, you said.
Moree,
yeah. Lawson's pretty tall.
Yeah. Well,
how good's this feeling? Seeing the boys again.
It is. There we go. There's the boys.
No goddamn time.
Righto. Well, just about to run out. So
put us on mute, and we'll come back at half time.
That's it. Chuck it on mute, and anyone who wants to stick around can. But
yep, I'm sticking around.
I'm gonna be calling 191 centimeters, Lawson. So whoever it was that said he's tall, 191 centimeters.
So big T.
Certainly not short. So
this is taking their time to get out.
It looks like is not playing.
Jesse, do you want to take us through the Dragons team that's about to run out on the field?
I'll take us through that team. Yep. So at fullback, our new co-captain Clint Gutherson. On the wings, we got Sione Finau and Matt Fino, Moses Sully, and another one of our new recruits in Valentine Holmes. In the halves, our new look halves combination of Kyle Flanagan and Lachlan Ilias. Toby Couchman and Emre Gula, another of our new recruit, make up a new look front row, with the other co-captain Damie Hook in the number 9 jersey. Rounding out our back row, strong back row there, Luciano Lewitt, Jaden Sewer, with Jack DeBellin locking the scrum. On the bench, late inclusion, Conor Malison in jersey 14, with Raymond Fatala Mariner, Jacob Halangahu and Hamish Short round out the 17. While on the extended bench, we've got Ryan Couchman, Dylan Egan, Jonah Glover, Cade Reed, Loco Pacifica Tonga, Michaeli Ravalawa, Nathan Lawson, Ben Rumdell, Hayden Buchanan, Vinay Latu, and Michael Molo, of course, coached by Shane Flanagan.
And the myth, the legend himself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That is the Dragons team for our first hit out against the Roosters. This is the Roosters team, as I've got it written down. I don't know if there's been any other late changes, but we'll roll with the punches. Ethan King at fullback, Dom Young and Palga on the wings. Nawanga Titawase and Robert Toya in the centres. Fendon Smith and Chad Townsend in the halves. White and Lenyu up front. Iolu is the 9. Hayden Burton's in 12, but he's on the bench. Siwa Wong. And then who have they actually got on the bench? Dela Salvaha and Fogarty is in the starting side. And then Lasalu, Makatoa, McCarthy, Coleman, Toby Rodwell, Jake Elliott, Ben Johnson, Suala, Foley, Tate, Tom Rodwell, Fekatoa, and Toya in jersey 28 as the Roosters. They make their way out onto the park. I might get rid of the agenda off the screen, make this full screen. Chad Townsend.
The captain.
I laughed at Chad Townsend in my game day video today, so we all know what that means. Make sure you get your money on him for first try scorer. He's an absolute moral. He's going to have a blinder. That's
Gutho and Cookie lead the Dragons out.
Gutho and Cookie lead the Dragons out there, so you're still in front of me.
Not by much.
Happened ages ago.
Which is why I said you guys can't bloody talk during this bit.
Just real quickly before we start, did anybody else get on Gutho today? At I think it was Toowoomba or somewhere. It was paying about $61, and I won nothing. All right, we're off. We're kicked off.
Well, we haven't kicked off yet.
Not yet.
We most certainly have.
We haven't kicked off until Donnie says we kick off.
Yeah, exactly right.
Now we've kicked off.
Try. No, joking.
I'm going to throw stuff at you. The Roosters get underway, and the Dragons with first use of the ball. Kyle Flanagan has to take the first hit up. Emre Gula a little slow in getting there. Cook jumps into dummy half now. He's looking to line up Gula for his first run, but the winger comes in, Sione Finau. Takes it off him, so he's been a decoy 2 runs in a row, Gula.
There he
now
goes.
He finally gets his first carry in red and white. He spins off Lenyu and finds his front, wants a quick play the ball. Now to Luciano Leilua. Leilua also spinning in the tackle. The Dragons getting through their first set nicely.
Toby.
Another good run here from Couchman on the last play, right in the middle of the halfway line. Plays it back to Cook and looks fantastic in red and white, does Damien Cook. Some pressure on Ilias. He gets that first kick away. There might have been some nerves in the belly as he put that kick in. Last time he kicked in a competitive game, ended up with a broken leg. So they definitely got through and puts pressure on his first kick. Now the Roosters, their first set. We had a chance to have a look at our defence. We've got Val Holmes and also Flanagan. Couchman's in there. He's got a fresh do, Couchy. Looking fantastic as Emre Gula and Jack DeBellin. In on the next tackle. On Va'a. Now the run from White. White gets up over the 40 on tackle 5. So this kick's going to come from Townsend from just outside the 40 and straight down the throat of King Gutherson. Gutho winds up, brings it back, and he's put down by Wong. It's Toby Couchman. He's putting his boot on, and the cameraman decided we needed to see that. No injury or anything wrong with him. He's just lost his shoe.
Val Holmes' first
Valentine
run in the
Holmes. His first run is DeBellin. DeBellin, he's picked up, put down. He'll still want to quick play the ball. He's got the fastest play the ball in the Dragons forward pack, but he wasn't allowed to get quickly that time. As it comes out to Leilua, he pushes away from Townsend. Well, that's what the Dragons are going to try and target. They're going to try and isolate Townsend with Leilua as the bomb goes up. And it's taken nicely there by King. No real pressure. No one from the Dragons competing for the ball as Dom Young runs into Gula's shoulder and is pushed backwards. Jack DeBellin in around the rib cage as well. Now a penalty. The Dragons all offside.
Helen.
A pretty fast start, Jesse.
Has been, yes, from both sides. Dragons trying to keep the ball alive, but a bit of ill discipline there. And the Roosters will get an attacking opportunity in our end.
Nate J says he's on Gutho for any time try. I reckon you're an absolute mug putting any money on a trial game, but good luck to you.
$1.50 free favourites we are.
It should be $1.01. Now Spencer Lenu takes that into Couchman, who's been busy so far. Goes out to Vaha. Jaden Sewer controls him. Down to the ground. A first real attacking opportunity here for the Roosters. They look down a short side. Smith double pumps. Good shot there from DeBellin. Just working on an edge. Fogarty nowhere for him to go. Nawanga Nitawase gets into dummy half as they come now towards the middle of the field with White. 10 metres out on 5. Townsend likes the other way. Smith puts a kick through and tracked over the dead ball line there brilliantly by Matty Feeney. And we'll get the 7 tackle set. Races back to the 20-metre line, and that'll be the 0 tackle on the 30. A pretty good defensive set there, Liam.
Oh, definitely it was, Donny.
Good to see the first time we've really seen the side tested on their own line. Now Moses Sully on just the second tackle is about a metre short of the halfway line. Now with Flanagan, they're up in his face quickly, and Robert Toya shuts down what was a promising little move on that left-hand side. Now Cook goes for his first dart out of dummy half. Picks up good metres and had Gutho just on his shoulder. Now to Flanagan, to Leilua. Leilua skips it out to Holmes and knocked down by Young. Well, we were way down that side with Sione Finau. If Dom Young didn't get a hand on that one. Desperate play there. Well, he took the odds to it, Dom Young. No chance of an intercept. But it might have been try time if he didn't get a hand on it.
Dragons are packing the scrum.
We'll maintain the pressure. Got the scrum, centre field, 20 out from the Roosters line.
5, 4.
Yeah,
3,
mate, I can see it
2.
too. You don't need to count down, thank you.
Now
it's
line up with you.
Sully. He's
Come
put
on,
down
Sully.
10 metres out from the Roosters line. Now Damien Cook goes out to Ilias. Ilias underneath the Gula. Gula struggling towards the try line. We'll play it back. Cook goes out the back to Ilias. Now to Flanagan. Flanagan underneath and knocked on by Luciano Leilua. And they're going to look to counter-attack here straight away, the Roosters, with Ethan King running off White. Well, that was a nice little set play from the Dragons. Not executed well, but that's what trials are for. Luciano Leilua spills that little inside pass.
DeBellin with a good tackle.
Now, no one going to Wase. We'll play the ball as the Roosters now go through Fogarty. He's working on that left edge.
It's Fogarty.
In for Victor Radley. Now Va'a. Centre field, 40 out from the Dragons line. Goes from Smith out to King. King, he dances with Ilias, almost gets past him, but Ilias hangs on to the bootlaces. On tackle 5, the bomb goes up. It's going to be Gutho under some pressure here. He climbs high and takes it brilliantly.
Yes.
So the Dragons now with Feeney.
Good. Come on, Feeney. 3 men in the
play
tackle.
The ball and eventually is allowed to. Sione Finau almost comes out the other side. 3 men just holding on and a quick play the ball. Now Flanagan on a short side. Nothing doing there though.
He's
He
tackled
just looks
40
to find
minutes.
the grass.
40 metres out
Goes
from
from Couchman. Now to DeBellin.
Good hidden spin by Jack DeBellin and a good offload to Damien Cook, and Damien Cook runs.
Now Cook will play it back to Gutherson. The bomb goes up. A tester. He takes it comfortably there, Ethan King. So 0-0 here between the Dragons and the Roosters. We're about 8 minutes gone in the first half of the first trial game as Toya comes in for a carry. Not exactly the best targets for him to run at. It's actually Pauga. Runs into Couchman and Gula. Now Dom Young, he's been busy in the early going for the Roosters. Struggling, thrashing around like a fish on a boat. Eventually he's allowed to play it. Another offload now for the Roosters. Goes back to Ayelu. Ayelu finds White. White stands in the tackle. He's looking for another offload. Can't get away that time. Gula was in the way. Smith, he goes right to the line. Gula's getting through plenty of defence. And Townsend is going to bomb to a corner. And again, Gutho is going to be tested. He comes forward. It's knocked backwards here by the Roosters. It sets up for Smith. It's still the last. Does he have a second kick in him? He tries to dribble one in behind. That's still with the Roosters. They're going to have a third kick now for Townsend. And Gutho's got it covered. He'll get away from Townsend and look to counter-attack. Gets to run a good 10 metres before he gets to him. But 3 kicks there from the Roosters. But the Dragons not playing at any of them. And the Dragons come away with the ball. I think Gutherson, he's had a solid start to his first game in the Dragons number 1. As Val Holmes plays it back to Cook. Cook gets it on to Couchman. Couchman, his first starting game in Dragons colours. And Cook has left it behind. Well, Cook's claiming that there were Roosters players in the way. Well, he's the captain. He can challenge if he wants to. Doesn't look like he's going to. And I don't think he'd win it if he did.
That was a knock on by Cook. $30 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, the Roosters will have another chance to attack. Shane Flanagan, he's in season mode already. Upset with the mistake there from the Dragons. And your co-captain's coming up with that error, puts us under a bit of pressure. Nawangani Tawase put down. Ilias and Suli in the tackle. Now Lenu, he spins around to his front. They're 30 out from the Dragons line. Plays it back to Townsend. Townsend to Va'a. Va'a. Good defence down low once again. No way through the middle. No surprise it's Jack DeBellin that was in there. Now Wong. Wong takes it forward. Tackle 4. The Roosters in the middle of the park with White. White tries to pull through the tackle of Couchman, who holds on tackle 5. They haven't thrown a lot at the Dragons so far, but Smith goes to Nawangani-Tawase. That goes backwards off Finai. Finai goes back and cleans it up in the in goal. He beats 1. He'll do well to get back in the field of play. He won't. He's tackled in the in goal. Should be a repeat set. There's a pass around the corner from Marky Mark. And knocked down, but not knocked backwards by Matty Finai. We'll have a goal line dropout. So Gutho's got the goal line dropout, looking short, looking to position the players out on that side. Here's our first short dropout from Gutho. Dom Young knocks it backwards and cleaned up there, Townsend, by Sione Finau, but he holds possession and the Roosters will come back at us. Toya. So Roosters looking to be first to score in this game. Townsend, they go towards the middle through Lenu. Gets out wider. Now with Smith, short ball. Nawangani-Tawase gets it away to King. Another offload from the rugby union convert. He's tackled a metre or two short is King. Short ball. Here to Lenu. He'll play it back to Aielu. Goes from dummy half. Struggling towards the line. Left one in his wake, but tackled on the last. That's a handover. Couchman and Ilias, great defence on our line.
Desperate tackle. He's a big unit too, De La Salvata. There's big reps on him too.
Mate, he couldn't have got any closer.
Ilias. Yep.
Nice
Nice tackle on a bigger man.
Fantastic tackle as Matty Feeney. That's the first run as we now try and bring it out our own end. Again, defensively, we've been up to the task. Haven't really had too many opportunities down the other end. The Roosters, they've been pretty sharp. They haven't made any mistakes, haven't given us an opportunity down the other end. Leilua. Back to Gutherson. Gutherson through the middle. Gets a little bit of a piggyback ride and he's still going. Harry Siwa Wong. Wants a quicker play the ball than he's allowed. Surely that's 6 again. Leilua gets it to... Been knocked on by Finau. It was in the centres there with Valentine Holmes outside him. Doesn't look like there was a restart of the tackle count despite how long Gutherson was held down. But another mistake there from the Dragons, frustrating the number of mistakes we're making here, Jess.
Oh, it is. It's just very sloppy. That they're trying too hard. They just got to ease into the game and try and build those combinations. They're trying to panic, trying to score off every play. They shouldn't be trying to do that. Just try and build into their set and go forward.
John Muller says, I'm liking Gula. I'm liking him too. He's been very busy in everything that he's done. Doing some good things so far as Leilua catches him high, saying that he was falling. It doesn't really matter. If you get him high, you get him high. So a penalty to the Roosters. And they'll be coming again. Another opportunity for them.
Oh, he fell into that.
Well, I agree, but it doesn't matter if he fell into it. He got hit high. It's a penalty. It makes absolutely zero difference if he fell into it, Jesse. None. Just means he doesn't get sent off. Like that's the only difference. And now the Roosters, another attacking opportunity. So far been impressed defensively. And there's that man again, Gula, just driving into the ribcage of Va'a. He's knocked the wind out of him. He's got up huffing and puffing. Now Wong. He's still on his haunches, Va'a. Trying to pretend it didn't hurt, but we know it did. Lenu goes to White. Just tipping on the short ball as the two front rowers combine. Couchman and Gula in that tackle. Now out to Smith. Smith holds it up. Noanganitawase. Looks to stand up Sully. Sully doing well defensively. Very agile. Is Marky Mark. Now Lenu to Va'a. He doesn't want it. Doesn't want to get hit again. Short ball to Wong. Good tackle from Luciano Leilua. Down low. Tackle fall, though. Quick play the ball. Again, they come to the middle with Townsend. Townsend to Smith. Smith goes to the line, forces a pass, a knock on there from the Roosters. Sully comes up with it. Knock on both ways. First one, Roosters. Dragons will get the scrum feed. Now, once again, the defence fantastic so far from the Dragons. Yeah. I don't know whether you guys are on the same, or I just keep throwing to Jesse.
No, I'm on the same line as you with Chad Townsend. Yep. And then that ball from Sanders Smith went behind there from Robert Toyer, I think it was.
I'm trying not to read too much into Muzz's body language. I think he's about an hour in front.
Don't let it give you hints.
That's right. Errors are 3-2 to the Dragons at the moment.
Here we go.
Just got to stop the panic plays. Here's Finau.
Big T, the stats man. It's probably more where the errors have occurred. That would be the issue. We're handing it over in pretty good field position. The Roosters' errors coming when they're on the attack. Toby Couchman put down. Leilua works down a short side, spins away from Wong. That's a powerful run from Luch. Now out of dummy half. Goes Cook. He gets away from Wong, gets away from another. Goes the pass across to Gula, who has a bit of a juggle. And then
6 again.
ran behind one of his own teammates. So had to surrender in the tackle. So we've got a repeat set. There was a player offside from that scoot from Damien Cook. Now Jaden Sewer. Sewer almost goes through. He's put down 30 metres out from the Roosters line. Wanted a quicker play the ball than he was allowed. Ilias underneath the DeBellin. DeBellin goes through. He sets sail for the line. Great tackle from Ethan King. Quick play the ball. Jaden Sewer flicks the pass out to Matty Feeney. He'll be put down by Va'a.
Another 6 again.
5 metres out. Another 6 again here for the Dragons. Turned it underneath. Just a settler here for Gula. Gula spins her in the tackle, looks for an offload, but goes down with the ball. Cook at dummy half. Now to Ilias. Ilias to Flanagan. Now comes out and Val Holmes is put down. Comes again now. Flanagan. Settler from Couchman. He had the arm there ready to offload, but nobody there to give it to. On tackle 4, Cook goes to Flanagan. Flanagan goes, dummies, straight through. Kyle Flanagan at the first try.
Yeah, bloody beauty.
Flano!
Yeah, bloody beauty.
Told you, Flano.
You just
Well, there he is, Kyle Flanagan.
Now we're just going to score another 50-odd points.
not yet. Don't turn up yet.
What?
Oh, do not. No, that's fair try. Yep.
Try confirmed.
I'll definitely have to have my mute on because I cheered about 15 seconds before you guys.
You'll have to rewind it, Muzz.
No, he needs to pause it, not rewind it.
Yeah, well, I can't pause it because it's Fox.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He touches the badge as he goes over. First points. Big T, you've been big on our halves. How have you like what they've done so far in this first 20?
Oh, I have definitely. What have I done here? Yeah, I have definitely. They both look good. Gillis' kicking's been non-song. And I said earlier in the chat earlier on, I think our halves are going to do well this year. So, Big Val having a kick now, moving in.
His
Most
first goal
points
as a
scored
Dragon.
last year. 266 points Valheim scored last year. So, moving in right in front.
He'll be hoping they're all as easy as this one.
Exactly right.
And there's his first two
Dragon.
points as a Dragon.
Dragon
Ilias'
6-0.
Ilias' defense looks pretty okay too.
Yeah, he's been kicking well. He's held the ball up
Nice
well.
defense.
He put a couple of players through the gap. So I think our arms are going to be fine this year.
That's attack, Big T. The other one. Muzz is talking about
What's
his
that?
defence.
No, his
Damien
defense
Cook
has been
and
good.
Johnson. Damien Cook did the pass.
Just a dummy and go from Kyle Flanagan. And he goes.
Duffo has the defence organised pretty well too. He's telling them where they need to be, and it looks quite organised.
Ilias has made 12 tackles already and not missed one.
Yeah.
Well, at least one of them was an absolute dead set try saver as well.
They would have missed a few by now. Our old number 7.
And a penalty to the Dragons. So all of a sudden we get first points, and now we got a bit of a roll.
I mean, in 20 minutes, Valheim's already run 61 metres, so he's going all right.
He's good at getting you downfield. He's a good meter eater, Val Holmes.
We kick to the sideline. Now, first tackle should be up around the halfway line as Val Holmes does take it up over halfway. He's picked up about 15 metres there, which might be counted already in the stats because everyone's in front of us. As Kyle Flanagan goes across, turns it underneath the Couchman. Couchman again, backs forward, some good post-contact metres from him. Plays the ball back in it. Damien Cook goes out to Sully. Sully looks to take on the rugby union man. Nawanga went straight past him like he wasn't even there. Toby Couchman, his second run of this set. Wants to get up and play it quickly. Does so. Cook out of dummy half, goes to Ilias. Ilias rolls it in behind, knocked down. and the Roosters have got the ball. So trapped in the legs, unable to thread the needle there, Lachlan Ilias. Well, the Dragons, they had a bit of a crack. Been impressed by both our starting front rowers so far, Liam. Gula and also Toby Couchman. Been a strong start from them.
Oh, definitely, Donny. They've just been punching holes through the Roosters' young guns left, right, and centre. That's good to see. The Dragons are more fired up without the Roosters' big bopper not there in the starting squad anymore since he left to go to England at the end of last year in Joe Hargraves.
Because that's the man you're referring to. The big Roosters enforcer is no more. No more in the NRL. There's Clint Gutherson. He continues to get through the hard work, doing the tough stuff. Gula. It's been a long stint too from our middle forwards. It's well over that 20-minute mark when you'd expect them to be coming from the park, but they're still out there. The starting 13 is Lachlan Ilias. Does a little bit of dancing before he hits the ground. Good to see him taking on the line. It's DeBellin. DeBellin goes out the back to Flanagan. Now Leilua. Leilua floats one out to Finial. The sliding cover defence gets to him, though. The pass wasn't as precise as it needed to be from Luke.
Can I also say
So
something?
we come back to... No, you can't. We're on the attack, mate. You can wait until... Hey, Cook! Cook! Why are you in when we're on the attack? A try to Damien Cook, and we'll give that try assist to Liam Fallon.
I was going to say, Donny, our attack is a lot more
Kyle
free
Flanagan,
flowing
what a
this year.
step. Nice kick, a bit of luck, but off the feet of Chad Townsend, and yeah.
I was going to say our attack is
the
more
rest of
flowing.
history.
I was going to say our attack is a lot more
What was
free.
so important? What was so important, Liam, that you had to interrupt me while we're on the attack 2 metres out from their try line?
I was going to say our attack is a lot more free flowing without Voldemort not being in the side. Being in the dictator he was.
I don't know why you guys have to keep talking about him. Who gives a fuck? He's gone. Stop talking about
That's
him.
right.
Stop mentioning him. Stop alluding
I didn't say
to
his
him. It
name,
doesn't matter.
though. I didn't say
It
his
does not
name.
matter. It don't
He's
care what you
irrelevant
said.
now.
What is that?
Everyone knows who he is.
What's
Tonga.
Val.
Rocco Tonga's out there. Rocco Tonga's out
cool?
on the field.
Okay.
Come on, Val.
What does Jess think, Muzz? What does Jesse think?
Who wants to put money on whether he kicks a goal or not?
He'll kick it. He'll kick it for sure.
All right. He's just kicked it. Did he miss or did he get it?
He'll get it. He's got it.
He's a sharpshooter.
Now, you don't want to bet with Muzzer when he can see the future.
We should call him Dr. Emmett Brown.
Jesse, did you kick it?
Did he kick it?
He moved
Yeah.
in.
Yes.
Lots more the extra
We're going to
2
call you
points.
Doc Brown, Muzzer.
What do you think, Jess?
Or
What do you
Marty
think of the game,
McFly.
mate?
I mean, we have some players that are doing good and some players that are doing mid.
Good on you, mate. Good on you.
All right. We'll go back on mute and enjoy.
You are made for this podcast, mate. You will be on with comments like that. Great to see Damien Cook getting his first try for the Dragons. Does that go as a try assist for Kyle Flanagan? I don't know. It wasn't exactly what he was trying to do.
Yeah, it was a try assist to Kyle Flanagan.
A try and a try assist for Kyle Flanagan. There's Loco Tonga
Here goes
with his
Loco.
first carry. Look at the big unit go. Love to see it. There's Couchy.
I wouldn't be
and,
surprised if he's
now
in the,
Ryan Couchman also out onto the field. His first carry as well. Loco wants another one. Luciano Leilua, though, gets in the way, prevents the young fella from his second carry. Now Cook goes to Hamish Stewart. A late inclusion in this team. There's no Tom Eisenhuth, so Hamish Stewart up around the halfway line, plays it. Now Gutherson up over halfway, put down on tackle 5. With about 14 and a half minutes left in the first half as Lachlan Ilias goes to the sky. Chasing through. They're not going to get to it to put too much pressure on Pauga. Takes it pretty comfortably, but a good set after points there from the Dragons. So let's see what some of these new young recruits have got defensively. He's right up in the face here of Dom Young. Nowhere for him to go. They've absolutely enveloped him. Loco Tonga. And also Damien Cook in the tackle. Now we got Stewart, Couchman, Cook. Just absolutely muscling up here on the Roosters. Tackle 4. And they're just going outside their 30 on that tackle. So the line speed is good from St. George. The kick will come from well outside the 40 from Townsend. So they're winning the Forceman's back battle here, the Dragons. Sione Finau comes back centre field. Plays it back to Flanagan, and here comes Gutherson. So right on the front foot. Charging through goes Matty Feeney. Feeney with the fullback to beat. He falls over before he gets there. That does allow him to get a quick play the ball, though. Ilias goes to Sewer. Sewer holds it up to Sully. Steps inside. Sully's still going. Bounces away from another before eventually he's put down. But we're right on the attack. Third tackle. Clint Gutherson wants to know who to go to. It goes to Ilias. Now Flanagan underneath for Couchman. That's Ryan Couchman replacing his brother. After a good 25-minute stint, Ilias goes to the line, out the back to Flanagan. He dummies and goes again. Flanagan fires a pass out to Tonga. Loco Tonga, he's put down. That's tackle 5. Cook, he looks to roll one in behind. 6 again. That's flicked over the top. Finau for the corner. Well, we don't need 6 again. Sione Finau scores. And Kyle Flanagan now has a try and 2 try assists. Big T, you must be like a proud father with how good Kyle Flanagan's going.
We're all over them tonight, Donny. That's 3 tries in.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, I'm back. I'm here. I've been saying since we started earlier, our halves aren't a problem. They're not a problem. Look at that from Flano. Look at that. Sione Finau in the corner. That's beautiful. That's beautiful rugby league. Another good kick from Cookie. Yeah, great Harbour Bridge ball, and a good try to Sione Finau in the corner. Very nice. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Thank you, linesmen. Thank you, ball boys. I love it.
Liam, we withstood the early onslaught from the Roosters, so our defence held up. But since we've withstood that, we've gone down the other end. We've put on 3 tries. Overall, it's been a pretty fantastic start from the Dragons.
Oh, definitely, Donny. Because last year we weren't that defensively good, but now this year, since we've brought on Clint Gutherson, Lachlan Ilias, Val Holmes, Damien Cook, we've just stepped up our defensive and attacking game this year. So far, what I'm seeing here, Donny. And back to
Valentine Holmes with his toughest kick so far.
Toughest kick. I was just about to say that. His hardest kick yet. But I'm confident. I'm confident. He's a sideline specialist.
Muscle wants to take bets again. He's
trying to
find somebody that's going to lay him off.
Marty, make it.
I got Cameron here. Cameron, the guy in the corner here. Cameron's in the corner there. He's a Cowboy supporter. So he's sad.
Does he kick it?
Lost Valentine Holmes.
Does he kick it?
Does he kick it? Yes.
I think absolutely
yes.
He gets it, because I think
he gets it.
I think Nath J might be in the future as well, and he says $5 he gets it. So I think he might give us another spoiler there.
DeLorean.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Who needs the player that shall not be named? Who needs him? We don't need him. We got Val Holmes.
Yeah, we don't need them.
All the matches have been.
Oh, he's gone off.
Right now, so I think we're going to thrash Roosters.
Who's coming on?
Right, back on
He's
mute.
at a breather. Valentine Holmes has gone off. It might be Nathan Lawson perhaps coming on. Maybe Hayden Buchanan. A couple
Shane
of
Flanagan still not
the
smiling.
centres on the bench. Well, I mean,
He
it's
never
only a
smiles,
trial game,
Dad.
mate. I think he might smile if we win the grand final. That might be what you have to wait for. Yeah, but right now,
24's
probably
come
not so
on.
much.
24.
24
Nathan
is
Lawson,
Nathan
you're right, Donny.
Locko Tonga. He takes that next hit up. I'm sure that was Nathan Lawson that was sitting on the bench that they just pointed to.
Yep,
It's
he's
Ben
on.
Rumble out there. It's Ben Rumble that's on. There's a great run from Ryan Couchman. He carries them up to the halfway line. Now Leilua. Leilua goes out, and that's Hayden Buchanan out on that left-hand side. Look to get to the outside. Leilua stepping again to the middle. Hamish Stewart was on his shoulder, but it's Luke
Step
taking it
off.
himself. On tackle
Luciano
side.
on the ball,
Back to Cook. Now Ilias going to bomb to a corner. Moses Sully's getting up to compete, knocked backwards by Sully, but the Roosters clean it up. Well, he's going to say knocked on by Sully. I thought it went backwards, but will go down as an
Gutto's
error
off.
against Moses Sully, fairly or unfairly. Well, that'll be why Ben Rumble's on, mate. Rumble's gone to fullback.
So Lawson's still on the bench. it
Gutho
looks
gets a
like.
breather, so looks like
Let's
a lot of our key players taken off before half time here. Happy with the work that they've done through half an hour. And now we get to see what the young blokes have got to offer here against a relatively young, inexperienced Roosters side as well. So we'd be happy with the work that they've done, but I think the NRL trial is now over and it becomes a bit of a New South Wales Cup trial from this point on. There's Ethan King for the Roosters, up over the 40-metre line on tackle 4. As they try and get some sort of roll on going. Lasalu, his first carry, put down by Ryan Couchman. Also Damien Cook on tackle 5. Comes back to Townsend. Townsend hit as he kicked it. Going to be interested to see how the referee sees this. Benny Rumble takes it nicely. No call from the referee. Happy with the contact there from Cook. No penalty. Now the Dragons bring it out of their own end. It's Hayden Buchanan with his second carry. Good to see him get an opportunity in this contest as Stewart goes out now to Jaden Sewer. Sewer's chopped down well. Now with Couchman. Couchman, he's been strong since he's come on from the bench. With about 8 minutes left in this half, as Ilias goes right to the line, gives it to Sewer. Now to Sully. Sully, quick hands out to Feeney, and it hits the touch judge on the chest. Well, it was Lachlan Ilias saw something down that short side, took them on. And then it was a couple of quick hands along the back line that would have put Matty Feeney away, but couldn't quite get that right. There's been a couple of those short side rage jests that the Dragons have tried that haven't quite worked.
No, they just got to settle down and let those passes sink. I don't think Sully, I don't think Fino was ready for that pass, but it wasn't the best pass either from Moses Sully.
Nate J says, knock on touchy our ball. Because we all know the touch judge plays for the other team. I think he's got a good point.
Damien Cook's still out there, though. I'm surprised. I thought they would have put him on ice too with the other experienced boys off.
We'll see how much longer he stays on. Racing up there, knocking that down, Matt Feeney. Inside the 10, so the Dragons offside in any case. And the play broke down. So a penalty to the Roosters. Damien Cook wants to have a chat. And that's why he stayed on. Gutho's gone off, and now Cookie's the captain.
Gutho will be back in the second half.
Perhaps. Yeah. We'll see how that plays out. He hasn't gone up for a shower just yet. Now the Roosters on the attack. 23, who's that? We've got Zavala. There's not much of him. He's a very skinny half by the looks of things. They've got a few of their benchies out there now. Foley, well, he's built like a twig. So now it comes out. Quick hands. Mika Ravalawa races out of the line and gets to, luckily, Kyle Flanagan is there to slide across to save the day. The Mika Ravalawa doing what Ravalawa does. Charged up.
I'm glad we don't have him in the first grade squad.
Well, he's not in the first grade squad, but he's in the 28-man squad here as the Roosters on the attack. Smith fires it across to Young, and Ravalawa again, nowhere near his man. And Dom Young scores in the corner, the Roosters first.
See, no one
get off the field, brother. You've had your 2 minutes, now get off.
Yeah, fuck off, Rava. You're useless to us
boys.
now.
It's only a trial. But two defensive lapses in a row here. Ravalawa watching here, charges up out of the line at the centre. Luckily, the ball bounced and the sliding defence was able to get there. And then a face ball. Ravalawa, I don't even know who he's on there. He's on absolutely nobody. Defending no one where he was. And gives
Because
Dom
he's a
Young,
hopeless player, Donny. He's a hopeless player.
He's got no idea how to
defend. Hopeless defender. Yeah. Again, he's only been on a minute.
He's on the wrong side of the field. He should be on the right.
On the left-hand side of the field, you're right, Big T. But that's where Shane Flanagan wants to play. So he's not going to put him on the right.
Oh, they're using him wrong. He's a right-handed player. He's a right-sided player. He should be on the right.
He might need to prove that at a different club, Big T, because I can't see him getting too much time. Shane Flanagan thinks he's a left-sided player.
Yeah, neither can I. I don't see him getting much game time for us. Yeah, even in the reserves, I don't see him getting much game time.
All right, Muzz, I reckon he misses this one, Muzz.
He's been like that on either side of the wing.
I'm not even looking at the comments here. I'm not even going to look. Staying away. I'm keeping my eyes up here. I'm not looking down at the no.
Well, here's Sandon Smith to take the goal.
Shocker. Hangs it out to the right, stays out to the right. So 18-4 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard.
No, Nave Chaser said $5. He misses.
He was too late.
He's got a DeLorean too.
I'm not looking at your comments there, mate.
He's got a DeLorean like Muzza.
No, it's
$5 he misses.
John Muller on Ruther says he'd be lucky to start reserve grade. So, he's copping it. He's copping it, Paul Ruther.
It's warranted. He's been first grade 6 years now? Hasn't got any better.
No.
Well, I think he might be one of Jesse's favourites, so I don't think he's too happy with the negative talk about Ruther.
Not my favourites.
No, we're talking about
you, mate. Not you, mate. There's somebody else named Jesse.
Jesse Jr. You're Jesse Senior.
The other Jesse.
Little Jesse.
No, Jag, we'll call you Jesse Senior, and we'll call it the other Jesse, Jesse Jr.
Well, the Roosters trying to go back-to-back here before half-time. Wonder if they'll attack here again towards Ravalawa's side. We reckon it'd be a pretty good chance. Now the Roosters with Makatoa. He's put down about 40 out from the Dragons line. Smith gets that one on to McCarthy. McCarthy put down. Good strong charge. Now the Roosters look to use the ball. Townsend, show and go. Another good tackle, that time Kyle Flanagan. But a quick play the ball. On the back of that, they try and step through the middle.
Good defense from the middle of the field.
And slapping at the ball penalty there, Kyle Flanagan, but was offside, wasn't square at marker. He wants to challenge it. You can't challenge that one, says the referee. Penalty to the Roosters, and they'll have another set and come at us. McCarthy stands in the tackle. Matty Feeney involved. Another short flat ball. Charging onto it, Lasalu. Lasalu's driven back. Now with Townsend. Townsend goes
Never
out to King.
stay.
King goes wide, rather lower. That time stays on his man. The flick inside. And guess who dives on it? Kyle Flanagan, the Mr. Everywhere.
Good job,
He has
Flano.
been everywhere for us in this opening 40. He's coming up with defensive plays, attacking plays. He's scoring tries, setting them up. Kyle Flanagan is making quite a few experts eat their words as I choke on some of my own.
Not me.
Not you. Big T's throat is clear. His throat is ready and prepared.
It is.
Just don't sing Big T.
We're having a nice
took you,
humble pie tonight so far.
That was a good kick. That was a good kick from Ilias into the corner.
Well, you could say he's up against a reserve grade
So
side.
what a hit.
First half.
You could say Kyle Flanagan here is up against a reserve grade side, so this is his level. And
No.
John Young takes on
No.
Hayden Buchanan. Buchanan does well to stay with him, and it looks
He's
like an
lost it.
error here from Toyer on the ground. So at 30 seconds to go, do the Dragons want to pack the scrum quickly and have one last shot at the Roosters before the halftime siren? We're only going to get a play or two.
Field goal.
Yeah, give it Ilias.
Why not practice a field goal? Practice a field goal. Let's go. Come
I
on.
agree. They've got no time left.
I've got Lachlan Ilias.
Yeah, but they haven't stopped the clock, so I don't see any point in kicking a field goal in a trial game. Goes to Leilua, and he's just going to take the tackle on the last, and that will be half time. So,
There's no siren at
there we
Cogra.
go. Where's the
There we
phantom siren? Well, the referee said roll ball and wants to hand it over, but the
There it
halftime siren has sounded, and they're finally going to head off into the sheds. So a great first half there from the Dragons, and what's the score, Jess?
18-4.
Oh, hey, there we go, 18-4 on the Complete Warehouse Solutions scoreboard. A fantastic first 40. Muzzer, we didn't get a chance to talk to you too much. You're probably back already started the second half, mate, but just before they run out. What are your thoughts on that first 40?
Yeah, well, like we spoke about before the game, we sort of expected to win quite easily, I guess, well, like you said. But really impressed with the new guys. Goulet early on did some good stuff in defence and took the ball up hard. Holmes obviously wasn't on for too long, played half of that half, but yeah, made some good ground, made some good meters. Ilias looks good in attack. His kicking's good. Quite happy with that. We are against a reserve grade team, granted, but you can only play what's in front of you, like they say. And I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, I think there's obviously a lot to like. Is there anybody that's done any harm to their chances, you think?
That try to that try on the wing there was probably reminiscent of a lot of stuff that we did last year or the last couple of years with the wingers coming in. Just happened to be Ravalava again, unfortunately. That was just like Groundhog Day there for a bit. I saw that, I just went, oh shit, we're too used to seeing that, so we really got to sort of jump on that and sort that out. But I'm quite happy.
John Mullis is overall good half, but good half. A lot to like about our defence and forwards early. Yeah, it looks pretty good, but really looking forward probably to the test next week, Jess.
Yeah, this next week I expect more of our our best 17 will take the field in Mudgee next Saturday. But yeah, I think more of our younger guys will come onto the field in the second half now, like the likes of Nathan Lawson will come on. I think Jacob Halengahu will get an opportunity. I think, yeah, they'll all get an opportunity. Maybe Cade Reid as well. Who knows, to see if Kyle Flanagan will come on. But having only one half on the bench, they may keep either Flanagan or Ilias there. And I expect maybe Damien Cook to come off and potentially give Connor Mollison a run.
Really impressed with Flanagan so far.
He's been the organizer, and that's what he's got to do. I mean, with him being the senior playmaker in the side now, I think he's really got to step up and show the way and take control of the side, because Lachlan Ilias doesn't quite have the NRL games that Flanagan has had. So yeah, he's really got to show the way and be the dominant playmaker. I think if he can do that in the season ahead, we might be okay.
I was going to say, it looks like from watching the first half, I think Kyle Flanagan is our 7 and Lachlan Ilias is the 6. So I don't know why they're wearing. Well, Kyle Flanagan's not going to wear the 7 jersey.
It doesn't make any difference, mate.
Yeah,
7 and 6, one plays left, one plays right.
Well, that happened last year with Cronulla when they had Nico Hines had the 7 on his back, but Braden Trindle was running the show, so it doesn't really matter.
John Muller says Glover is on the bench. Any other halves? Cade Reid is the other half on the bench. John, a young SG ball halfback, and big raps on him. So really looking forward to seeing him a bit later on. I wouldn't expect he's going to get a great deal of time, but you'd also argue that the two halves, the job is pretty much done for them. Wrap them in cotton wool and prepare for next week. Another comment that came through from Nath. He said, "Geez, that's a bit harsh, Donnie." That's when I was talking about Kyle Flanagan. That was really tongue in cheek, just trying to defend the indefensible. Some of the comments that I've made about Kyle Flanagan. He's had a wonderful first 40. It's been fantastic to see, and he's doing a great job. Do
you think Gutho
looking
has
forward to this second half?
Like I said, we haven't had a walk.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, mate. I mean, again, we're up against a Roosters side that is, probably not their first choice halves or not their first choice a lot of other positions. Now, these guys, I guess, will get a chance in the halves, Townsend and Smith. But it's not a first choice Roosters team, so their attack might not be quite as good. So it's hard to judge too much on Gutho organising our defence. I don't know that he's going to play too many minutes in this second half either. I know Big T expects him to come back on, but I think we'll see a lot of the young blokes will play most of this second 40 and give them a chance to do their thing. Anything in the stats there that you've noticed, Liam? I don't know if you've had a chance to have a look through the stats of the game. Anything that's standing out for you?
I'm not really the stats person on this panel. I think it's either between Jesse or Jesse Senior, not Junior. Sorry, Jesse Senior or Big T are usually our two stat guys on the.
Yeah, well, I was going to give the question to Big T, and then I realised he wasn't here, so I just threw it to you.
I don't look at the stats, Donnie, so don't ask me. So
I just saw him come up on the screen, mate. So I thought you might have read them while they're on the screen.
No, I was just going to type in what is everyone.
Okay, Jesse, you got anything? Because Liam's giving me crickets. He's out in the backyard with Billy.
Completions are pretty much even. That's completed 16 from 21 compared to the Roosters 16 from 19. We've also seen 925 metres to 742, so winning in that department. 4 line breaks, 27 tackle breaks to 13. Now, effective tackles, 87% compared to 83%. And we've missed 13 tackles while we've made 180 as well. 6 errors to 4 in favour of the Dragons.
And missed tackle is probably a big one, I think. We were talking about defence earlier.
No more on selected cooking appliances and get 10% in gift cards.
Roosters have made double, but still we only can worry about what we're doing and not to worry about what much the Roosters are doing.
Start planning your next trip with Qantas Hotels.
Italy's 5-1.
The dress code is
Plug for Harvey Norman there in the background.
Who's got Harvey Norman?
Not me. My
That's me.
TV's on
Oh,
you.
I can hear the Harvey Norman ad. I don't know who it is.
Big T's going to Harvey
me.
Norman tomorrow.
It's a little late now. They would have been closed by now.
That's why I said tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
One down Big T's way, Nara.
That's the one.
Well, I think another one is how easily we're making meters. 44.05 meters per set. The possessions, as you said, has been 50-50, but we've made 925 meters, them 742. So we're dominating with the ball in hand. It's more powerful than they are. So it's certainly been impressive from that perspective.
I was going to say,
A few errors, probably not as good as we would like it to be, but it's a trial game, so we're happy to blow out a little bit of the ring rust there. But yeah, in terms of the tackles, the missed tackles, I think that's been a good area for us. Any individuals stat-wise standing out there, Jess?
Yeah. I got Sione Finau running 116 metres already, so that's not too bad from the young bloke.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yep, Sione Finau's 116, as Big T said. Luciano Leilua made 75 metres. Let's have a look if there's any. Damien Cook, 26 tackles. So there are some good stats there. As for the 43 post contact from Sione Finau. Toby Couchman's 6 hit ups, 6 runs, 61 metres, so 10 metres a run from him. Jaden Sewer's just under that with 8 runs for 56. And then there's rest is about average at the moment.
Our halves have only missed 1 tackle, so that's not too bad. As opposed to last year. As opposed to last year, where we would have had 8 missed tackles by now because of the halfback we used to have. So,
6 kicks for 181 kicking metres as well from him.
He who should not be named, Big T.
Pardon?
He that shall not be named.
That's right, yeah. We're not talking about him. We've got Val Holmes now. I'm happy with that.
I was going to say, Big T, why don't we just call the previous halfback Hitler?
No, we won't call him anything. He's irrelevant.
That's right. He's an elephant. He's an elephant. No, go on.
He's nothing.
He got swallowed up. He got swallowed up in a black hole.
Can I give you one little stat? Let's put a mocker on somebody. I think I came on after about 25 minutes and said that Ilias had made 12 tackles and not missed one. And then you look at it now, he still made 12 and missed one. So I think I put the mocker on him.
You must have. Got 2 missed tackles for our halves now, but that's better than last year.
Still look good.
Yeah,
Still look
definitely.
Good.
And Kyle Flanagan, 2 tries and a try assist.
Thanks, brother. Oh, Jesus.
1 missed tackle each, Big T, they had.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Whereas last year, you know how many we'd missed. There's a lot of tackles there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
according
to the NRL.com stats, all 28 players for us have played the whole 40 minutes.
Yeah,
it's been like that. It's been like that with every game. They all say the same amount. Yeah, so it's hard to sort of judge how many minutes they've made.
It just feels like that Kyle Flanagan has the weights lifted off his shoulders. He has been playing a lot more flowing attacking footy, not like last year where he was hampered down by he shall not be named.
Spencer Leniu leads the Roosters back. So maybe no Chad Townsend in the second half for the Roosters.
Don't get me to say that Roosters rugby convert's last name because I'm probably going to screw it up throughout the year.
Nawangani Tawasi.
I'll let you say it, Jesse. Don't get me to say it.
It's
I'll
easy.
probably screw it. I don't care. I'll probably fuck it up anyway.
Can you say it, Mazza?
Yeah, Mark. Just Mark.
I'm just going to say Mark. Mark N.
I've had a couple of stubbies. I don't. Maybe tomorrow. Might still be just Mark.
Big T loves saying it.
Like Smial.
Jack de Bellin's back on. I wonder how much longer he'll get.
Jack the Ripper.
Kalangahu's ready to come on.
Big signings for the Dragons. Their work is done tonight.
Big T can say it. Ask Big T to say the name.
Cook's done. Valentine's done.
Nawangani Tawasi.
There you go.
Mark Nawangani Tawasi.
We've lost Donny. Where's Donny?
I think we lost the captain. I think he's had enough of us.
All right, well, let's keep going. All right, the Roosters taking it up. Guffo's look like he's
in a hoodie. He's in a hoodie.
He's got a hoodie on.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
As the Roosters take it up at dummy half, it is Foley, and he gets it away to looks like Sua Wong. Last tackle for the Roosters. Foley gets it away to Toby Rodwell. And that's Ben Rumble at the back now for the Dragons.
I want to see him in the open.
Hamish Stewart at dummy half gets it on to Ravalawa.
Yeah, about to where they are.
Oh. Will you come back here?
And Mullison gets it away. Here is...
Yeah, KO's behind.
That's Nathan Lawson now, his first taste of rugby league. Here's Fatala Mariner. Just beyond halfway. Here is Gula, who's back on there. And who's that? Is that Jonah Glover that's on there now? Yeah, where is Donny? As the Roosters with it. That is Tate. Foley gets it away. Here is Lasalu. Foley gets it on the White. White. Last tackle coming up for the Roosters. That's Rodwell going very high in the air. Rumble takes it on the full. And here is Ravalawa taking the carry. Here they go, Glover. It's been dropped there by Ben Rumble. It looks like it is. It's Fatala Mara that's lost it. And a sloppy way to start the second half for the Dragons. Donny is trying to get back on. He's just having a couple of issues, but he'll be back on shortly. Jonah Glover now on at halfback. Your man, Scoop.
Wait, say that again, Jesse. I totally missed
Jonah
that.
Glover's now on there at the halfback.
Can't wait to see how he goes.
Here he is, Donny. Here he is.
Yeah,
Welcome back,
sorry
Pat.
about that. Had some technical dramas. Had to restart the computer and lost the game. So I missed the first 5 minutes as well. So of this second half, but we're back and ready to get into it. Probably at a different time to everybody once again. As just
Connor
after we've
Mollison and Jonah Glover are on there, Donny.
I saw Glover came up with the pass for the error to Roman Fatala Mariner, who's also out there.
Nathan
the Roosters on the attack. The kick coming through from Toby Rodwell.
Yeah, he's at the same.
Beating for the
Same as
ball.
me.
Rumble goes back into the in goal. Rumble tries to get back in the field of play and does.
Hey, he's
Good work
back
there
in.
from Benny Rumble. And now Glover gets it on to Lawson. Our first look at our own rugby union convert. Buddy Feeney. For some reason, he's dropping it in the Mad Dragons vodcast chat. I'm not sure exactly why, but apparently not happy with him defensively either. But I think he's been pretty good for us in this game so far. As Jack DeBellin takes it up over the 40-metre line. Connor Mollison at dummy half. Goes to Glover. Glover puts boot to ball. Now the Roosters, they go across from Tom Rodwell to the centre of the field. Nawanga Nitawase still out there. It looks like he might have shifted positions, though. Gula back out for his second stint here in this second half. With a different dummy half, so no more Damien Cook. Now Buchanan. He's pushed off by Toya. He gets up and comes again, though, before making the tackle. The Roosters go forward through Sawala. Now they tip it on White. Gets it out to Lenu. Lenu put down. Couchman and Fatala Mariner there in defence. Goes to Rodwell again for the kick. Mollison there putting some pressure on. That's going to end up close to the sideline. It bounces just in the field of play and goes into touch. Obviously, a few changes for the Dragons at halftime, Jess.
Yep, it looks like Clint Gufferson's done for the night. He's already got the hoodie on. Yeah, it's interesting to see how Jonah Glover does. I don't know when Cade Reid will be thrown to the action. He may be out there. I haven't seen any sign of Kyle Flanagan yet.
Well, yeah, Cade Reid, I'm pretty sure he played yesterday, so that's going to be a reason why you probably won't see him until maybe a bit later on. As Mollison gets out of dummy half, bounces away from the first, struggles in the next tackle as well. It was Foley and Tate that he beat there as he plays it back to Ravalawa at dummy half. He goes to Stewart, turns that underneath to Couchman. Couchman with the offload back to Mollison. Now to Bellin. DeBellin goes to the line, out to Glover. Now Fatala Mariner. Fatala Mariner goes up, gets the pass inside to Benny Rumble, who puts it down. Well, the lead-up play was fantastic from the Dragons. But again, the last pass hits the deck. And frustration from Benny Rumble. But the lead-up play there, Liam, was pretty classy from the Dragons.
It was, Donny. I'm just a few seconds probably ahead of you, but it was really classy to see the ball going through the hands. No one's been a ball hog in the side at all, not like last year.
It's good to see they're throwing the ball around too.
Yeah.
Won't talk about last year. Last year's gone, Liam. It's a new year.
Sorry, I just keep having a bad habit.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, no. Let's talk about all the players we lost rather than celebrating the players we've got. We've got some absolute rippers, so let's focus on them. No need to talk about wankers that have left. Traitors. Hung, drawn and quartered. Now we've got some defence to do. Tackle 4 here for the Roosters as White takes that one. Looks to tangle with Glover. Glover with a job to do on White. Get some assistance to bring him to the ground. So now Rodwell gets a high pass from dummy half. Kicks towards the corner. Lawson underneath it. Takes it well, but was under plenty of pressure and stays in the field of play. Well, the first real test for Nathan Lawson.
And passes with flying colours.
Does well. And was well positioned as well, which again is the question mark around him coming from rugby sevens. Couchman, that's the Toby variety. Back out there for the second half. Now here comes Ryan on the back of that. Offloads it out to Mulhyson. He floats one out to Buchanan. Buchanan with a bit of space in front of him. Looks to pull through the tackle, but he's dragged down by Toya. Fights to his feet. Now it comes to Glover on the last, and Glover. He's going to bomb that one across field. Do we have anybody getting up to compete? No, we don't. They just fly high, the Roosters, and Tom Rodwell comes down with the ball. Another good set. Looks like Dylan Egan's onto the field now. What was that, Jess?
I said, are Tom and Toby related? They're brothers?
I am not sure. Don't know. Obviously play very different positions. One's out on the wing, one's at halfback, but that's not overly uncommon. Robbo watching on as Toya. Toya gets through the tackle of Buchanan. He's held on to by Couchman. And Dylan Egan comes in to help him finish him off. But he looks dangerous, Robert Toya. Hayden Buchanan's got a job to try and contain him. Looks like they might have hurt him in that tackle, though. Dylan Egan coming in late, I think, has just smashed him in the ribs. Another test for Lawson. And again, they hit him as he catches. And again, he holds on to it. Well, he's getting a barrage coming his way, is Lawson. But so far, he stood up to the test. The Dragons, once again, bringing it out of their own end. Dylan Egan onto the field. We've seen him defence. Now his first carry. It's DeBellin. So it looks like the Dragons got all three of their starting middles out on the field to start this second half. And Jack DeBellin, he's played the ball. After he's played the ball, he's gone back down to the ground. They're talking about challenging it. I don't think it would be a good idea. He is going to challenge. How do you think this is going to go for Jack DeBellin? Scoop, you're the referee, man. Talk us through it.
I'm just going to wait for it to come up. Come on, hurry up. So he got up to play the ball, and then he just got pushed down by number 8. So I think that's a kind of successful captain change. Oh, unsuccessful.
And he's been hooked.
He didn't play it with his foot, as we said earlier.
No, he did. He played it with his foot.
Filthy.
And he's been hooked, yep.
Mickey Molo coming on.
The
He's
ruling
filthy,
is,
yep. Look at him go.
The ruling is if you have to actually retain your feet after you play the ball. If you fall down after you've played it, then you haven't played it correctly. And that has gone against the player playing the ball for over 12 months now.
That's stupid.
Jack
Because he did
DeBellin
play
shouldn't
with
have
his
challenged
foot.
it. It's not about playing it with your foot, Liam. It's been the same rule for 12 months. That's one they brought in last year.
Quick enough. He wasn't up yet.
So now the Roosters right on the attack. They shift that one out wide. That one should go into touch. He tiptoes along the sideline. Surely that caught some of the paint touchy. Rodwell, he does well. Just stays in the field of play, according to the touch judges. Mafahu White comes back towards the centre of the field as they look to set things up towards the back end of this set. Now it's with Rodwell. The Roosters go wide. No one to Nitawase to Toya. Good little tip on. They dive towards the corner and the Roosters will score. It's Tyrese Tate that dives into the corner. He's going to point to the spot. And for now, it's a try. The Roosters have gone back-to-back after trailing 18-0. And at the moment, 18 points to 8 with a kick to come.
And they're back in the game.
Well, they've had some chances down this end of the field, Jess. We've given them that opportunity. Ravaloa, I don't know that you can blame Ravaloa on this occasion.
Oh, he stood there, though, for a few minutes.
Well, it's right here. It's 2-on-1. What's he supposed to do? Just let Robert Toya score? Like he's got to come in on a 2-on-1 situation. So
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get selected playing reserves at all this year, Donny, because he's definitely not going to be in the first grade squad.
Again, I disagree that this one's Ravaloa's fault. This time it was well worked by the Roosters. It was good shape. There were mistakes made well before it got to Ravaloa. Ravaloa's faced with a 2-on-1 situation there, and you're not going to stop that too many times. So, while I'm happy for Ravaloa to cop the blame for the first one, this one I think is not all his fault. There was a few guys inside him that also tackled the wrong man.
You know much about that winger that scored, Donny? Tyrese Tate, is it?
I don't know anything about the Roosters players, mate. Like I know
think
about
Tyrese
Dragons, Long
played
Raiders.
with Queensland Junior. I think he did Queensland Junior.
Unless he missed. We're going to call you the Doc now, or Marty.
Who?
Muzza. I'm going to call him Doc or Marty.
No, the Doc sounds better.
Yeah, little Jess can be Marty.
Yeah, but the Dragons unable to prevent that try. It looks like a lot of their players are done. Cole Flanagan's in the polo. He's finished for the night. I'll run through some of the young fellas for the Dragons from this point on.
It's pretty much just our reserve grade team playing.
Well, I mean, that's what you'd expect, isn't it? Like that's Finau Latu's out there now. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do. Looking to bang here early. He's been involved in these first 2 tackles of this set. The Roosters come away from their own end into Fatala Mariner. Glover involved in that tackle as well. He hasn't shirked that responsibility at all. The Roosters still got a lot of their first choice players out there. That's Siwa Wong with the ball now. Aiello in 9 is there as well. There's Rodwell with the kick. Toby Rodwell is a player I know a little bit about. He's a very good young up-and-coming half, played for the Australian schoolboys. Now the Dragons have got the ball as Ravaloa doing what he does best, looking to get our set off to a good start. Wanted to quick play the ball and looked up at the referee for a penalty and didn't get one. Stewart out of dummy half. He picks up really good metres and gets to his feet for a quick play the ball. Now Mulhyson on the back of that. He bounces away from Rodwell. Rodwell sticks with him, though, along with Aiello. Kind of takes the momentum out of the step there. Now Michael Myler. Out onto the field. We really don't need to say the Michael anymore. Frankie's a dirty word at the Dragons at the minute. We bomb away down to Lawson, who tries to tap it back. I think he might have tapped it forward, though.
Yeah, it's gone forward. The referee just singled.
So, again, can't argue with the referee on this occasion either. But getting up and competing for the ball there, Nathan Lawson.
That's a good name for a song there, Donny.
What's that, Big T?
Good name for a song there, Frankie's a dirty word. Don't the Skyhooks ego is a dirty word. Ha. I'm the wordsmith. Let's go.
Absolutely. Get it done. Now, hopefully Frankie comes back and we can make it sound like heaven again. So now the Roosters up over the 40-metre line. Hamish Stewart, he's done some good things. Hamish Stewart. Dylan Egan and Mulhyson involved in that tackle as well. A face ball across to Va'a. He's put down by Stewart. Molo, and Latu. Now to Rodwell on the short side. These bombs have had some real height about them. They're difficult to take. Ravaloa and Rumble almost collide. Benny Rumble takes it well. He's a tall little string bean. He's Benny Rumble. Good under the high ball. Didn't look overly comfortable, but takes it well enough. Ravaloa takes the next tackle, and then Lawson. Lawson bounces off the first attempt. Maybe some pressure on the back of the head there of Lawson. Not picked up. Fatala Mariner. He's trying to get the arm free, but can't. He's put down on tackle 4. Now to Michael Molo. Stewart turns out underneath the Couchman. Ryan Couchman bounces off Hamish Stewart and then flicks it out to Hayden Buchanan. Well, the timing wasn't right there at all from the Dragons, and this kick going to be from inside the 30 from Jonah Glover. So all of a sudden, the Roosters starting to turn up the heat. It holds up, and it'll be a tackle here now for Nawanga Nitawase up near the halfway line. So the Dragons under the pump. He's almost dropped it there, Marky Mark, but he holds onto it. Does a little basketball move between the legs. Toya takes the Roosters up over halfway. So now it's taken forward by Tom Rodwell coming in for a carry, but they're in pretty good attacking position here, the Chooks. Goes from Wong. Wong gets that on. Being put down is the Roosters 15 in Lasalu. Great run out of dummy half from Aielu. Aielu finds a little space in behind the ruck on 5. They're 20 out from the Dragons line. Comes to Rodwell. Rodwell tries to measure this kick. Ravaloa gets up. He's knocked it backwards, then cleaned it up. And the Roosters, though, were in front of the kicker and offside. So a penalty to the Dragons, but we're just holding on at the moment, Liam.
Yeah, we definitely are going to. Since the mistake from Ravaloa at the beginning of the second half, he's actually become quite good for us now. I hate to say it, but he's actually tuned back into the game at the moment, and he's doing really well.
And Nath Jay's feeding me some good lines here. This is what I should have said when Jesse asked me about the last Roosters try scorer. I know more about the Oman cricket team than I do the Chooks players. That would have been a ripper. I might keep that one in the memory bank for next time. As Michael Molo takes it forward from the Dragons after the penalty. We're 20 minutes gone here in the second half. The Dragons leading 18 points to 8 as Stewart goes to Glover. Glover looks to straighten off the left, but he's claimed there by the Roosters. Now it's with Cade Reid out onto the field in the headgear. His first minutes and turns it underneath to Ryan Couchman. Lyson goes back to Glover for the kick. Again, he goes high towards the sideline and climbing up high and taking it beautifully is Tom Rodwell. That's the winger version. Is Ben Johnson, former Dragons lower grader, gets his first carry, and it looks like he's knocked it on. Well, again, the touch judge happy that he's held on to it. We got met solidly there by the Dragons. A lot of these players would have played with Ben Johnson in reserve grade last year. There was no love loss in that tackle. You love coming up against some of your old teammates. Sacchetti plays it. They go down the short side, stepping his way through now, Elliott. Elliott, though, rolled around onto his back by Dylan Egan. I think he might have been the number one tackler in New South Wales Cup last season, Dylan Egan. Made more tackles than anyone. The bomb goes down to Rumble.
I think
Rumble going across field, looking to find a hole, almost goes through. What was that, Liam?
I think Ben Rumble has been really good for us at the moment. I could actually see him being a potential smoky foot to make his first grade debut later this year.
Yeah, he's on a train and trial contract, so we'd have to wait until after round 11. But looking forward to seeing him in the New South Wales Cup side to see if he can maintain that sort of form, but going quite well here tonight as Glover He gets that one right on the advantage line. He's put down on 5. So it's going to be Cade Reid with the kick, a slow play the ball. It goes to Reid. They're coming through to put some pressure on. He goes to the sky. They're targeting Rodwell. Getting up and taking it is Lawson. Lawson, he puts in a second kick. He gets taken out. Cade Reid from the clouds. Gets to the ball. We don't need a penalty. We've got a try. Cade Reid scores the try. He came from nowhere. The Roosters were just jogging back, looking at the football, and Cade Reid goes boom.
I could actually see Cade Reid and Benjamin Rumble as potential smokies to make their first grade debut later this year, Donny, if injuries hit us.
Well, it would certainly be smoky, but the work here from Nathan Lawson will also impress some Dragons fans. I think there might have been a penalty if he didn't score, but we don't need the penalty. Great take there from Lawson. He puts a little kick in behind, looks to chase it, gets taken out by Nawanga Nitawase for your life. And then Marky Mark just looks at it. All he can do is look on as Cade Reid flashes through to score, and the Dragons go out to a 22-8 lead with a kick to come. Is Reid going to take the conversion as well? Let's ask Muzzer.
No, he won't. He's standing in the huddle.
we've got a flash into the future. Who's we'll have to see who's got the conversion attempt.
No.
Number 20. Who's 20?
Number 20 is Jonah Glover.
Glover, there you go.
With the conversion attempt. Jacob Hallengar, there in the huddle as well. So he's
don't
on
put
for
any
his
money on
first minutes. Don't put any money on him. Here we go. Glover moves in. He struck it terribly. I haven't even seen it yet. And there it goes across the face, and he's missed it.
How old is Cade Reid, Donny?
He's playing under 19 still, so he's he's either 18 or 19.
I was going to say he looks like a kid. Good on him.
Yeah, he's got a big future. He's Shane Flanagan said he's got all the skills and all the speed of an NRL player. He just needs the body. He doesn't quite have he doesn't quite have the frame yet.
Looks like he needs to put on a bit of weight, but yeah, no, good on him. Good stuff.
Great to see him get that try there. It was him that put the kick in. So he started it and finished it. But Lawson had his say as well. Latu charging that one back from the kickoff. Plays it back to Glover. Now it's with Egan. Egan finds a target, Nyelu. Tries to run over the top of him. Still struggling in the tackle. He'll get a quick play of the ball. And Malison loves that. He takes off out of dummy half. A hand on the ball. That's got to be a penalty. It's picked up. Luckily, we didn't need a challenge because Jack DeBellin got rid of that. The referee's seen it and given us the penalty. So the Dragons now will go on the attack. Fatala Mariner takes the first hit up. We look to set something up here. What can our halves conjure? It's Glover underneath now to Michael Molo. Molo trying to get the arm free to offload, but they've wrapped that up. Va'a's done well. Malison now to Stewart. Goes out the back. It's put down by Glover, and the Roosters clean it up. Well, not quite as precise as they needed to be there. The pass from Hamish Stewart, just a little bit behind Jonah Glover. He couldn't reel it in. And everybody was going in the wrong direction. So the Roosters come up with the ball. It looks like De La Salle Va'a, his day might be done. So he goes off. The Roosters come towards the middle of the park now. 14 and a half minutes to go. Here in our first trial, the Dragons leading 22 points to 8. We've got a lot of young blokes out there right now, but a couple of the older stages in Fatala Mariner and Michael Molo make that last tackle as another bomb goes down to Lawson. He's passed every test so far. He's one of the Dragons' new recruits. Glover goes to Dylan Egan, and Dylan Egan, he's got through a mountain of work since he's got onto the park. Connor Mulhyson, he's been good as well as Cade Reed. Rumble gives the pass out. It's Halangahu. He's out on the wing there, Jake Halangahu, and he makes a long run before he's put down. Plays it back to Buchanan. Buchanan goes for a scurry out of dummy half. And we get 6 again.
And we get 6 again.
Locko Tonga. Tonga winds up. So we're up to the 30-metre line. Mulhyson waits at dummy half. He goes down a short side with Halangahu. He finds his front. He's not on a wing that time. He's doing what he does best on an edge. Now with Michael Molo. Molo goes out wider with Rumble. Rumble looks to slice through, had the arm free, couldn't get it away to a Dylan Egan. Takes the tackle, shows good patience. Didn't force the pass. It comes out wide now. Mulhyson to Reed. Reed got it with the Roosters defence right up in his face and can't do too much. On the last play, it's going to come to Glover. Glover, he's going to bomb to the corner. Here comes the winger, Lawson. He's gone up high. Benny Johnson cleans it up in the in goal. Was there a touch at all there?
The goal line shot out
from the Dragons?
Oh,
I think Lawson's looking quite the part. He's looking like a rugby league player. He's done nothing wrong.
That was a clever kick he put in the in goal earlier.
It was earlier.
It was a nice try from Cade Reed too. He looks like he's got the goods, doesn't he? Cade Reed.
yeah, but he just doesn't have
He's
the
gone all right, mate.
body mass yet of an NRL player. He's got the skill sets and that, just not the.
He just still
body
needs to
mass.
bulk up a little bit.
Yeah.
He's only 18. Give him time.
That's it. A bit of time left for him. So, that one ruled a knock on from the Dragons as the Roosters bring it out now. Up to the 40-metre line, and Cade Reed had his hands on the ball after the Roosters' error, and he's been penalised for it. He's had a tough weekend, Cade Reed. Playing yesterday in a loss for the Steelers in the SG Ball. They came from behind and got back into that one, but didn't go on with it. So now the Roosters. Get up to the 30-metre line. We've got 11 and a half minutes left here at Cogra. Is our defence tested once again? Latu and Fatala Mariner involved in the tackle. Michael Molo gets in there late to Paddy Stats. Now Rodwell. Dummies on the outside. Dummies on the outs. Dummies both times before going out the back. Now they look to work down a short side. Roosters come back to Rodwell. Rodwell dummying again. Cade Reed gets hold of him. Cade Reed whispers into his ear, I should have been in the schoolboy side instead of you. Doesn't seem to faze Rodwell too much as the Roosters now go towards the try line, put down on tackle 5. Quick play the ball. Aielu goes to Rodwell. Rodwell puts a pass out in front and it's knocked on.
Oh, knock
by
on.
Jake Elliott. And the Dragons will get the ball from the handover. So defence held up. Toby Rodwell, he's getting plenty of ball. He looks a likely sort.
He's Brett's son.
As the Roosters. Yes, he is. I don't know. I just don't know about the other Rodwell that's out there, Tom Rodwell. I don't know if they're related. But I knew that Toby was Brett's son. There's Mika Ravaloa still out on the field, clutching at his mouth there and slow to play the ball. Not a copped one in the face as Tonga. He's spitting out some blood still here. He's got some loose teeth as Halangahu has the ball out the back. He's wrapped up, though, and keeps backing up over the halfway line on tackle 5. The kick will come from Reed. Reed, he's going to bomb to the other winger now. I don't know whether that's the best idea because Mika Ravaloa is still seeing stars. So kick return from Tate. One of the Roosters' 2 try scorers. Rocco Tonga. It's hold of Ethan King. I don't know whether there was any foot on that play. The ball should have been our first roll ball of the night. The referees have already forgotten about it. Oh, put into an awkward position there. Hayden Burton in his first carry. Dylan Egan might go on report for that.
Check the private chat, Liam.
No.
Now I've got to check the private.
Nothing in it. There's nothing in that tackle.
No, nothing in it, but he definitely
Nothing in it.
Land on his back. Come on.
Those ones are always going to be penalised. It's 2025.
Oh, yeah, because he went up.
Unfortunately,
He went up over the horizontal. That's right.
yeah. I agree. It probably shouldn't be, but it is. The Roosters trying to finish with some positivity as Rodwell. He tips that one on to Lasalu. Lasalu stands in the tackle. Halangahu, Molhyson and Molo. They eventually get him to the ground. Now the Roosters with Rodwell holds it up. Well, he probably should have given the short ball. They've gone out the back to Johnson. Johnson, he's covered by Egan. And also Lawson. I think Dylan Egan's playing in the centres at the moment for the Dragons. He's played most of this half in the centres rather than on the edge. I think Fatala Mariner's the second rower on that side of the field. And showing some of his versatility. It's Tonga. He just squashes young Rodwell there on tackle 5. They're going to bomb to the corner. Lawson again. Lawson climbs up. He's knocked that one forward, I think. It's still there on the ground. The Dragons eventually get on it. And it's going to be a knock on against the Dragons first. And they tested out that side. It was Rodwell up against Lawson. Lawson wins the aerial contest, but doesn't come down with the ball, unfortunately. And the Roosters will get another set of 6. A good chance to test out our defence. We've got 7 minutes to go as the Roosters feed the scrum. They push it along to Rodwell. Rodwell gets it on. Halangahu missing that tackle before being put down by Reed. So now Rodwell again. Goes out to Aiello. Aiello throws the short pass to Toya. Ahu Luka Toya out onto the field in 28. Double pump. Goes out to King. King goes out to Rodwell. Rodwell. Well, good defence there. Again, Lawson standing up to another test that came his way, and the Roosters knock on and take the pressure valve off. There'll be some backslapping and woo-hooing here from the Dragons.
I've got a gut feeling, Donnie, that we might actually win this game.
You've got a gut feeling at 22 to 8 with 6 minutes to go. Thanks, Scoop.
You sound like you're oozing with confidence, Scoop.
Yes, I am. I don't see the
I'm
Roosters
not too
coming
worried
back
about
from,
the result.
from 22 points down.
Well, they're not 22 points down. That's not how math works. We have 22 points, but they have 8. So you have to take the 8 away from the 22.
I failed in math. No, I just failed in school in general.
The Dragons now, I'm not worried about the result. I'm just looking forward to seeing the young fellas go down this last 5 or 6 minutes. It's Michael Molo. He's been very busy, tried to pop an offload and has knocked it on. Well, coming up with the error, just as I was giving him some praise, that's usually the way it goes when you call it a game.
The commentary's curse.
Benny Johnson chopped down by Tonga. Michael Molo in there trying to make up for his mistake. Toya.
I think Ian might be on to something for you, Donnie. He said you need a beer.
I'm out of beers, mate. I've got none left in the fridge now. All done.
He's drinking more in the afternoon before the game even kicked off.
No, mate. I didn't start until we started the VOD. There's a knock on there from the Roosters. It's got a little sloppy. The Dragons haven't been down the other end for a while, but the Roosters certainly haven't punished us. Ahulaka Toya coming up with the mistake. That's Trent Robinson. I'm sure there's been some things that he would have liked about the Roosters hit out here tonight. They didn't go in with an overly experienced side to begin with. I don't think he was ever expecting to come away with victory, and he'd be happy with the way some of his charges have gone. So I don't think he'll be too upset with the loss. The Dragons and our fans will certainly be happy to get the win. As Mulhyson gets out of dummy half, picks up some good metres. He's run well from dummy half. It's been a criticism of Mulhyson in his time in the top grade. Now with Fatala Mariner. He's put down 40 out from the Roosters line on tackle 4. Now Glover, he goes to the line, gets it on to Egan. Egan was trying to hit the outside shoulder of Ben Johnson, who does well defensively. Again, all over the ball, allowed to get away with it. Glover, he goes to the sky. It's into no man's land. Cade Reed came flying through. Locko Tonga's got the ball, and we've got another set of 6. No one at dummy half, though. Cade Reed eventually gets there and just picks it up in time. Connor Mulhyson now resumes his duties. And now the floater out to Ravaloa from Benny Rumble. And Ravaloa will dot down, but Ben Rumble, a beautiful pass. And Mika goes over untouched.
And that's all she wrote. The Dragons beat the Roosters.
We won the game 20 minutes ago, Scoop. as per normal. Scoop at his best.
Well, a great pass there from Benny Rumble, though, Jess. Forget about the result. We're not talking about the result anymore. The try's good, though.
How many of these young guys do you expect to play in the Charity Shield, though, Donnie? All of them or some of them or what? It'll be trimmed, you think?
Definitely not all of them, mate. It'll be a much smaller squad next week, but this is a good opportunity for fans to see some of these blokes that aren't going to play next week. So certainly the guys that came on a bit later in the game, guys like Jacob Hallengar, who I wouldn't expect to see next week. Connor Mulhyson, I think, has played good minutes, but again, I don't think you're going to see him. So, all these guys that came on a little bit later in the game, you're probably not going to see next week.
Looks like Rava copped a really good whack in the mouth too. He's pouring with blood and he's got fat lips, I think.
We've had 2 or 3 hits high and haven't got penalties for.
Exactly right. I've noticed them as well.
Come on, Jonah Glover, you got to kick this one. The last one was a shocker.
No, he doesn't kick it, Jesse. Sorry to mess it up.
I only just missed it.
Muzzer was right again. Unbelievable. How do you keep doing it, Muzz?
Oh, yeah.
It's like 10 seconds ahead of us.
Get onto my multis this year, guys. Last year was just a nightmare.
Are there flying cars in the future yet, Muzzer? Are there flying cars in the future yet?
I missed that.
Are there flying cars there yet in the future?
Oh, absolutely.
Finally. Well, we've got 2 minutes left to play here. I don't know if we're going to win. Are we going to win, Scoop? Can you let us know?
Yes.
No, the Roosters are going to make a comeback, aren't they, Scoop?
No, it's too late for that.
3 tries in 2 minutes.
No,
they do, said Muzzer. Oh, Jesus. Fatala Mariner comes up with a drop, but we get the penalty, hand on the ball. So looking to finish with a flurry here, the Dragons. 90 seconds to go. I think if we score again, it would be a reflection of the game we've seen.
Is this the Mariner might play New South Wales Cup if he's playing with this team?
I think Fatala Mariner will, yes.
How do the bonus points work, Donnie?
The bonus point, 5. If you get a bonus point for 5 tries, you get a bonus point for 10 offloads, you get a bonus point for 5 line breaks.
Okay.
So we've called 5 tries, so we got it for that.
Well,
we're up to 7 offloads earlier on.
In this final minute. Comes to Reed. Reed across to Hamish Stewart. Stewart goes out to Glover. Glover to Fatala Mariner. Hitting the hole. Benny Rumble was flashing through. Couldn't get the ball to him. Mulhyson out of dummy half. He goes to Molo. Michael Molo standing in the middle of the field. We're going to come down to this last play. 40 seconds to go. Mulhyson at dummy half. He goes out the back to Reed. Reed goes to the line. Goes out to Buchanan. Buchanan will take the tackle and will hand it over. Well, not the best of last tackle options there. I don't know whether Hayden Buchanan knew it was the last, but we hand it over, and that should be all she wrote. The final 20 seconds, the Dragons run out 26 points to 8 winners. I might throw over to you, Big T. What did you think overall of that performance?
I thought they played pretty well when the more experienced guys went off. I think our young blokes actually stepped up. They all played well. I think overall we had a good game, even though it was against the reserve grade side. But that doesn't matter. Our second half was mostly reserve grade anyway.
Absolutely
Right.
right.
Doesn't look too happy there, though. He looks.
Well, he got smacked in the mouth, mate. He's a bit upset.
That's right. Got smacked in the mouth a couple of times.
Yeah. Muzzer, you know, I know you probably didn't know a lot of those players out on the field in the second half, but any of those young blokes that, in particular, that impressed you?
I couldn't sort of keep up with their names and that like you guys do, but young Cade Reed, I think we touched on him earlier. A young bloke who showed glimpses. I thought Lawson did some good things out there, a couple of things in defence as well. He did have a knock on there as well, but I think he'll come along. Not exactly a young bloke, but he did stop a try. Benny Humble, I think, he looked pretty good too in attack. They didn't create the tries or anything like the guys in the first half did, but they were creating things. They were working well together, and it's obviously the first half was sort of what we were sort of looking at with our new guys that were coming in that are going to be regular first graders. Only played sort of 30 minutes, but we defended well and come up with a win. It's only a trial match, but looking good going into next week, I think.
Yeah. Well, Jess, I'll put you on the spot. I might give you a bit of time, but if you were to give out 3, 2, 1s from that trial game, who were the most impressive for you? Do you think who was the standouts for the Dragons in that hit out?
My 3, I'd go to Kyle Flanagan. 2 would go to Clint Gufferson, and my 1 would go to.
Shane Flanagan. How's that been? Yeah, it's been really good. He's obviously hasn't changed. Everything's been the same.
My 1.
Yeah, more wise, a bit more experience, I guess. So it's been really good. He's been very transparent with all us boys.
Toby Cash followed when he's carries.
Yeah. What they did in the first half, yeah.
Big T, I don't know if you've had a chance to have a look at the stats. How many bonus points did we get in that game?
Hang on.
In the challenge, because I know you're usually pretty good with the stats.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of trouble with it at the moment.
Any other names for you, Liam, that stood out and impressed?
Me, obviously, it was Cade Reed, Benjamin Rumble, and Hayden Buchanan. I could see those. Yeah, and Nathan Lawson. I could see those 4 could be Smokies to make their debuts for us this year.
Yeah, I might chuck another name at everyone that I thought was really impressive, particularly in his first stint, Emre Gula. I thought he did some really good things starting in the front row. And, I think he did a great job. So he's probably one that hasn't got a mention yet of all those players. But, certainly some impressive performers. Have you got the stats up there, Big T?
Yeah, we did. At the moment on the stats sheet, we didn't get any for offloads. We had 8 offloads. We scored the 5 tries, so we get a point for that one. I'm not sure what the other
line breaks. 5 line breaks.
Yeah, we got 5 line breaks.
Usually, if you get 5 tries, you tend to get 5 line breaks as well.
Got 5 line breaks.
That's a stupid one, if you ask me. But the whole concept is a little bit ridiculous. And,
Not particularly, with 2 try from dummy half.
Yeah, I understand you can score a try from a kick, and that's not a line break. But generally speaking, most times you score more than 5 tries, you're going to get more than 5 line breaks.
Yeah.
Yes, we are fired up, James Savage. We're fired up, son. We're fired up.
We get 15 points for the win.
15?
Well, I don't think we got 15. We didn't get the offloads.
No.
Yeah, 12 for the win. 12 for the win and 3 bonus points possible. So a maximum of 15 is possible. And I think we've got at least 14, which is what I think most teams have got. Most teams tend to miss out on the offloads part of it. But I guess, Jesse, are you still there? You're in the corner there?
I'm still here. I'm here. Yep.
Because I know you've actually given us this stat before, but you don't actually want to win the Witzer preseason challenge, do you? What happens to teams that win it?
Well, they finished 12th in the season proper. The last 2 champs have been Manly and the Broncos.
You looked blankly there for a second, and I was like, oh, God, he doesn't know what the answer is. He's the one that told me this.
Yes. I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, I heard it on the radio the other week.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. So whoever wins it, they're going to finish 12th in the regular season. So we don't really want to win the preseason challenge with that sort of hoodoo record hanging over us. But I don't know.
I want to win the Charity Shield. We haven't won it for a long, long time.
It's been a little while. Well, I might go one last question to you, Muzzer. Charity Shield next week. Expecting a trimmed lineup for the Dragons. What are you looking for next week in terms of building on that performance?
For the Roosters,
I think the combinations, like obviously the guys only played 30, 35 minutes, so the combinations in a match sort of out there yet. So I think we've got to run them for at least 50 or 60 minutes together. Those main 17. And get the young blokes in towards the back end of the game, but I think they need at least 40 or 50 minutes to get those combinations going. They look good in the first half. Again, it was relatively a reserve grade side, so we can't take a lot from it. But I just think that just got to gel those combinations and get that defence right. Keep it tight like we did tonight, and work on that sort of that wide defence that let in those couple of tries. But we've got a lot to look forward to, and if those guys can, we didn't see the best of Cookie and Gutho and that either. So hopefully next week we get to see a little bit more of them and something to sort of get excited about for the first 5 or 6 rounds. We've got a lot of games at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much to our panel tonight, Big T, Scoop, Jag, and Muzzer. You guys have been sensational. Thanks everybody that's jumped in the comments or just watched online.
Thanks to Jesse as well.
Fantastic support. Yeah, young
Jesse does too.
You as well, mate. Your input was invaluable. Looking forward to seeing a bit more about the season, young man. And can't wait to see you tipping throughout the year as well. You're the best rugby league tipster that I know. You're a bit better than your dad.
I was also going to say, Donnie,
5 positions above Dad.
I was also going to say it's Jesse Jr.'s first ever podcast debut.
Was.
We're back on Tuesday to preview the Charity Shield.
We are.
Don't forget we've got a Mad Dragons tip and comp going. If anybody wants to get into it, $25 for the year.
And our big season preview was when, Donnie? Our big season preview?
1st of March, mate. Saturday the 1st of March. It's the only Saturday show we ever do. The day before Vegas, we'll do a big NRL season preview. It's the only show we also do that isn't about the Dragons. It's about the NRL in general. So looking forward to chatting all things general NRL with a bunch of Dragons fans to see what their thoughts on the year ahead. But a good win for the Dragons tonight, 26 points to 8, a very different review show, a very different Sunday show to normal, but it's been a lot of fun. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Come on, Dragons.
Thank you very much.
They're all wearing the same.
Coco is at Panel's heart, she wears it on her sleeve. As Mustard tells tales of dragons, wins, and tuna victory. Tony and the MV crew will do their very best. Hitting off topic and I digress with a red V on our chest. The Mad Dragon podcast is a sheep of camaraderie. Navigating rants down rabbit holes in the land of big red feet. And so our paddlers speak the tales, our cruise ship is our dream. The Mad Dragon podcast.